got up and was like, "Oh yeah,
All right,
it's
we're
fucking go time."
our mics are on.
Mics are on.
So watch your fucking mouth.
Watch the language. No more penis. I mean this, dude. I am one stream away from a fucking 10 stream streak, buddy.
That's awesome.
Power to the people. Fucking biscuit chewed up my comb. And now can't fucking comb my beard. It's over here looking like I fucking stuck my dick in a light socket.
Wait, what did he just send me?
Hey, welcome back.
Biscuit fucking
Certainly
chewed up my
glad you could
goddamn.
join us
He
today.
just sent me a fucking message. Now I'm trying to see it.
Who did?
Deb, Joey. Should I?
Oh.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Mango Booty? Is that a person or a bot?
Okay. Are people able to see the section called waiting room? So I
Yeah,
can
they
just tell them
should
to
be.
go jump in there.
Yeah, they should be. Oh, nice. Well, welcome in, Mango. Mango Booty.
Mango, what's good, Mango? What's good with you?
Mango Booty approved. Ah, I like that. That's a nice entrance, man. That's one hell of a way to come into somebody's chat.
Yeah,
Let me try that.
That person did that before. Cool as fuck. And he's like, let me try that.
That's a cool way to come into somebody's chat, man. It definitely gets attention.
It is. It really is.
That's why I thought it was a bot, because normally bots come in and, you know what I mean? So I'm like, can I ban somebody this early in the podcast? This is going to be great.
You're just itching. There's a micro dick in your stream now. Oh my God.
Andy, I thought you wouldn't tell nobody. I talked to you about that in confidence. You said, oh, fuck. It's another day over here at the goddamn Mega Grym Show. I'm about to get my fitness on, bro. Once I get my car back, it's what God gave me. Yo, slide that thing. Fuck them.
So what's up with that thing? Did you put are you actually getting it fixed or what, man? What's going on with that?
It's still garage. Now he wants. I guess he wants $400 now for me to pick it up. I'm like, I don't have an income, so I already put out $400 for the parts that you were supposed to get for it. Like, can I get my car? But I applied for my Pennsylvania license for the insurance.
Yeah.
And I have to go get my fingerprint done.
Diana, the dog. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Dog groomer, what's good? Appreciate you. Glad to see you.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. Bam.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Lighting my joints with solar power.
Solar Toker, what's good, man? Welcome in, bro. Appreciate you.
About to say, why are you frozen?
I shouldn't be.
You're not. You're good. They just look like you're a little.
I was about to say. There. Because my bit rate and everything is perfect on my end, so there should be no fucking issues.
For now, until you mentioned it.
No, see, I plugged in when I started the computer. I plugged my thing in the thing so that it works.
Put my P in the V and now my C's on them T's. All right.
All right.
Welcome in everybody that's here, hanging out, vibing out. Oh my God.
Where in the fuck?
I am Mr. Grym, ROA Mr. Grym. For you that don't know who I am 0.5 of the piece of shit that makes up the Mega Grym Show. That other guy over here, that's Mr. Mediocre. He's the other 0.5.
Y'all know who I am. Y'all been in here before. Don't act brand fucking new.
Today we're gonna have Dad Bod Joey joining us up here, the Mega Grym Show. He's gonna do some muscle flexes for us and show off his brand new superhero booby tassels. Excited for that. I'm just kidding. It's no booby tassels. It's all nipple. It's gonna be hot.
You know, somebody in here had hopes about that too.
I know, right? Someone's like over there, like they just got to eating wings. Oh, what a fucking week, huh? What a fucking week. Yo, so I was telling the guys in the Discord today.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching Tokyo Drift earlier while I was eating. And, like, you ever take notice how the guy, the Asian guy in Tokyo Drift, right, DK, looks a lot like Johnny Tran? So I had to Google it because I wanted to know if they use the same agent for both. Now that they're two different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that they all look alike. I'm just saying that there was a striking resemblance, with both.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. But Cracker Jack, what's good, homie?
Why is this repeating? This should be
Got to watch.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today. Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Merely speculation or observation. There's an Asian on the end of it.
Where in the fuck?
Cracker Jack, how are you feeling, homie? Bob fucked up my whole train of thought now. Now I feel like I'm a racist. Dad Bod Joey coming in with the greatest sticks.
Go ahead.
So, Chad, just so you guys are aware,
holy shit.
not only. Hey, look, there's nipples. I told you we were getting close to it, guys. I fucking called it.
Whoop, right there.
He has a shirt on, but got fucking nipples, man. I told you this guy was a fucking
Certainly
stripper.
glad you could join us today.
Yo, let's go. Welcome in.
I didn't even know it was going to show that. You see that? That's genius right there.
That's his logo right now, as a matter of fact.
His nipples?
His dad bod. That's why he's Dad Bod Joey.
That's hot, man. Tell you what, he's marketing the ladies out there. Yeah.
He's marketing the bod, man. So
does all Chinese food taste like cat? No, some taste like sewer rats from New York City.
Yeah, duh.
Dumbass.
Oh shit. So I figure once we get Dad Bod in here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an interview section, and then we're gonna go into our discussion section a little later on, so that we can have as many people in here as possible when we talk about our topic of discussion tonight. I'm really excited. I've been waiting to get Dad Bod on here for a while, so I'm definitely excited about having him in here.
I'm hoping he brings those nipples.
I mean,
I feel like
I'm gonna leave that between you and him.
Yeah, so does all. We read that already. If you're struggling with addiction and want help, please use. Oh, okay.
That's the bot doing its thing for me. Calm down, there, guy.
Ban that motherfucker.
You would, bro. You definitely would. You're already in our Discord, bud.
Yeah, you're already in the Discord. See, this guy. Look at that. Man got so much nipples, he forgot where he was. Jesus Christ.
I looked last night, as a matter of fact, so I know you're in there.
Yeah, it's the Reaper Central Discord. Should be at the top of your list, the #1 Discord up there, you know.
It looks something like this. Bam. I don't think it's just on a timer. I don't have an actual. He's like, I have so many channels. I get it, man. I get it. I suffer from what's CMD? It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something stupid, isn't it?
But why'd you ask?
Because it's Bob. You know, I gotta give him a shot.
I told you.
I gotta let him get his 5 seconds of fame.
The doctor said it's CCD, not CMD. It's cock craving disorder. Can't get an acronym right.
I don't know what to do with y'all half the time. I really don't.
Listen, he loves the cock, wants the cock, strives to get the cock. Bob does.
So here's a whole. And he's just back there laughing like these fucking guys.
What the fuck? It didn't type.
Compulsive masturbation. Bob. I can't deal with y'all sometimes. I really can't. I don't even know what to do. I'm just sitting here like,
hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Daddy Moan!
Moan, what's
guys,
good, Moan?
When you guys going to cash your vows for the 2024 president,
certainly glad you
please
could join
consider.
Us
today. Inez Garcia, what's good? Welcome in.
Cock
hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Audi comes right in with it. You waste no time.
What makes it even better is they're in a Discord together, so he's getting it on both ends. Oh, that's got to be painful. Bob's getting that muffin stuffed. Weird.
So
anyway.
Yeah, so the week's been just another fucking week at this shit show job. I was ready to quit. I don't even know how many fucking times this week.
With you. RPFS.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
KO, let's go, KO.
What up, KO?
Welcome in, Bisha. Hey, there's the link for the Discord. There it goes. It finally came up.
Is that really pretty fat sister, Bisha? I got one of those. I won't say she's pretty. She's a fat sister. I don't know. We can work it out.
I don't know.
The price is right. I'll sell her.
Oh my god!
I need the money.
I'm doing good. I'm doing as good as I can be. Let me put it that way. I've been struggling the past week. It's been rough. It's been a rough week. I'll just leave it at that for now.
I took a nap today, so I'm just doing great.
Up. Yo, he's wired. You should have heard him before we started. Like, this man is wired the fuck up.
Yeah. I was responsible. I'm ready to get this party started with a capital fuck what? You got Dad Bod Joey. He's in the waiting room right now.
Let's pull him in.
We should have music in there.
What?
We should have music in there, like waiting, like elevator music.
Oh my god. That's some shit you would do, bro.
There he is. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry for the shitty week for you, Mega.
Okay, the name tags are not correct. We're just waiting for Dad Bod to put his cam on, then we're straight. It'll work itself out.
Yeah, but let's be honest. What is a sleep schedule? You know what I mean? Like,
so screwed.
When you're a streamer and unemployed,
picks on only dads.
No, listen.
Grim,
if I could see it, I would sell it.
Grim is the founder of Only Dads.
You got to be able to see your own penis to get on that site, which means I'm not getting on there.
Boom! There he is. Now we're good to go. And the name tags line up. Look at that.
Dude, he looks so serious. Look at him.
What's up,
My
bud?
RBF. It's my RBF.
Like he's ready to crush somebody's fucking skull. Bot, come test this out.
Dude. Yeah, Dad Bod would crush him. He wouldn't even have to hit him. He would just look at him and Bob would just fall over.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Bisha. Like, not just that, but when you're a streamer, also, like, it's so hard to juggle everything in your routine on top of streaming. It's like, you know what? I can either pull a 2-hour stream or I can take a nap. And if you're Benism, you're going to take a nap while you do your 2-hour stream. So it works.
You take naps?
I don't even know what a nap is.
It was nice. I took a. Look, he's telling his wife, people take naps. Yeah, we do. I took a 2-hour nap today.
I can't take a nap, dude. If I take a nap, my whole day is shot.
Oh, see, I don't have a day. It's Saturday. My kid's with his mom. The most responsibility I got is to make it to the bathroom to take a piss.
Calm down, Chef Boyardee.
5 days a week, my bedtime's in an hour.
Yeah, I'm on Australian time zone. Damn.
I don't know what time zone I'm in. After this is over, I'm finding out my stream and me, Ben, and Audi are blowing shit. Well, I'm gonna blow shit up for them and cause them to go to war.
Right.
I just got some dinner I'm gonna be munching on. I got my cheat meal, so I'm gonna be grubbing on that.
What are you eating?
I think everything from McDonald's.
Oh, nice. You having a gangbang?
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Take your McChicken and your McDouble and slap them together with some French fries in the middle. It's called a McGangbang.
Oh yeah. How do you think I got up to be 400 pounds a while ago?
And if you got a strawberry milkshake, just dip it.
I got a strawberry milkshake too.
Nice. KO has no sleep schedule. Wait until we get there. She says she's gonna fuck you to sleep.
Jesus. All right,
Not
so Dad,
those words.
The plan here, bud, is that we're gonna do like an interview section, and then we're gonna get into our conversation, our discussion topic, shall we say. So, right off the bat, how did you start streaming, man? How and why?
My TikTok, I just started going viral, and I hit like 1,000 followers and started doing live content. Did really, really well over there. Gained like 20,000 followers in less than 3 months.
Damn.
And then just my lives over there were averaging anywhere from like 400 viewers minimum up to like 2,500 at most.
Yeah.
But I was doing like this thing I had made up called Word Melody, and did a lot of mental health over there, workout stuff like that. And just started getting like copyright bans and shadow bans, and it started like, if I stream on TikTok, I have anxiety. So I moved to Twitch because I was just basically I felt like being targeted on TikTok because my demeanor, I'm aggressive. So
I can feel it.
But other than that, and then I learned the reality of streaming when I moved to Twitch. So it was a ride. But I mean, I've been doing short form content for about 12, 13 years now.
Do you prefer the short term content better?
Or short form content? Form content. It's more natural for me. It's what started me, and it's honestly, I get more interaction. If I had as much interaction in my Twitch chat as I do my Instagram DMs every day, I would be partner. Like, it's insane with the amount of interaction I get on short form, just through stories and posting, what I'm doing and workouts, and waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and being in the gym at 6, and swimming for 30 minutes before lunch, and just my whole routine, and that. So it's more natural for me. This is a lot more time consuming, and
Right.
people, one thing I've noticed with long form content is people have a lot of expectations of you, and people tend to treat you extremely disposable, versus with short form content, people just appreciate what you put out there every day. and value it. So for me, like that's my biggest struggle of what I've noticed, because I mean, if you look at some of my TikToks, I have thousands and thousands of comments, on some and things of that nature, to where you get, that extreme interaction that's positive, versus, Twitch and Kick and YouTube. All these platforms are oversaturated right now, to where it just becomes a bit of a struggle, to where if you're a creator or a content creator, it almost becomes, you almost automatically put yourself in a viewer category unless you do it completely raw, which is hard.
Here's my whole thing with TikTok. I've spent a lot of time watching TikTok streamers. Number one, a majority of your TikTok streamers have absolutely no respect for their fan base. That's number one.
It's a
they treat their TikTok fan base as shit, right? And they focus more on their main platforms, i.e., YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, right? Give you a shout out if you go over to my Twitch. Give you a shout out if you go to my YouTube, my Facebook, my Kick, whatever. That's number one. Number two, the numbers on TikTok are grossly inflated. Right? I've went into so many channels and see people standing around. Like there's one guy on there who pretended to be the fucking Blue Power Ranger for like a month straight. Then the following month he was an Alpha Wolf. I sum it all up as Insane Asylum. But he's got like 20, 30,000 people.
It's a service.
Right? That are watching him pretend to be the fucking Blue Ranger. And I'm over here like, this can't be right. These numbers can't be accurate, right?
But at the same time, we could say the same things about like OF girls.
No, I mean, there's more simps out there than anything else, bro. There really is. Twitch. I mean, you'll see that on Twitch. Just go to the main fucking page of Twitch right now. Go to just chatting. Find the first girl on there that's showing cleavage, and I guarantee you her chat is full of dudes that have never even seen the flesh of a tit before. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Hey, Mr. Rock, what's good, man? That's somebody I haven't seen in ages.
Right. How you been, Ace?
But so like I've been trying to get my numbers up on TikTok so I could take the podcast over to TikTok for us. And I know they have a stream early program over there, but I don't know. I feel like we might get banned on TikTok pretty quick with our content.
I give you 48 hours of live streaming and you would be banned.
That's it. 48. That's a good start, right?
I'll bet you $100.
I need money, dog. I'm about to take that.
He's like, I'm gonna act right for 3 days, and that's it.
48 hours, bro. You're gonna get banned. Well, what it is you come across extremely aggressive. Even though you're
smack that ass. What's good? Welcome in.
But it's people get offended by anything. I got banned on there because I wouldn't put my pronouns on there.
Really?
Yeah, I got banned one time for bullying, discrimination, because I was being. It was 2001, 2002, whatever it was, and I was just being harassed about my pronouns. I'm like, I refuse to fucking answer. Like, I'm not playing. I'm not going to be a part of this. It's like it's aware. It's aware. It's obvious. It's fucking obvious. Like, so I just refused to play into that, dude, and that's kind of when it all went downhill for me.
Well, we talked about this last weekend.
Welcome in, Bad Barbie.
We had talked about how
glad you could join us
video
today.
games started promoting this shit.
Because I called my cat a fat ass. Oh my god!
Like you got fat ass cat. Yeah, did you call it a fat cat or a fat pussy? Big difference.
Fat ass, hey girl.
But here's my thing, right? Like, so take Need for Speed, or not? Was it Need for Speed? Horizon, Forza Horizon. You got to pick your pronouns. Your dude don't even get out the fucking car. What you need pronouns for? You know what I mean? Like, why are your pronouns relevant? Look at Madden. You would go into Madden, the loading screens of all Black Lives Matter. Why does a video game have to make a political statement?
Everything now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened a few weeks ago when I called 911 to report a homeless guy exposing himself outside of a restaurant we were sitting in?
No. Did they ask you for his pronouns?
Pretty much. So I called and said, "Hey, there's a male outside exposing, his private parts. His big." I said penis, whatever. I don't know if you can on Twitch. Sorry, but
yeah, his dick.
That's whatever.
Yeah, he was showing his dick, and so I explained, it was an older Asian guy. And at the end of the towards the end of the conversation, they're like asking me, "So are they male or female?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. The penis might give it away." But like they were really like they wanted me to answer that, and I refused to answer that. I'm like, I already stated that it was a guy with his dick hanging out. Like,
well, you said he was Asian?
Yeah, because he was a fucking.
Oh, they probably didn't take it. It was probably small.
I didn't see it. My wife did. So
there you go. I mean, we saw that.
But it's one of those things where we're just sitting in a restaurant and she's looking out the window, and she's all of a sudden, I see her face and she's like, "I just seen a dick." And I was like,
fuck.
Depending on where you live, that might be a normal thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's normal when you go to San Francisco, you get off BART, something like that. You might see a dick within like the first 20 minutes or so.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over here disappearing on stream like a dick right now.
I got trench coat last time I was out there buying some chicken lingerie. That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain about that.
I didn't mind that.
Why are men so one-sided? You know what I mean? You see a guy kissing a guy, we're like, yo, come on, seriously? But you see a girl kissing a girl, and you're like,
I don't really care about either or. But I live in the Bay Area. Like, I've been to Pride so many times. I have so many friends that are gay. Like, have you guys ever been to Pride? Pride's fucking amazing. It's the biggest fucking party in the world, dude.
I know they do one here in Buffalo, and I know a couple years in a row when I was working at a restaurant, it was the parade went right down in front of the restaurant, and they're all having a good old time, and hey, do your thing.
I'll say I got to be a part of it before it was all political. It's all political now. Yeah. Oh, there's Chiona. Chiona's in chat. She was the one that seen the dick.
It has to be political, right? It has to be political because BLM lost its steam. So now
back when I used to go to it and support it and do all that, it was just about love. Like that's all it was about. It was just about love, and that's it. Now it's like this. It's this other shit.
Most of the members that I've spoken to of that community, they want no parts of this.
100%. They don't. They don't want any part of the last couple letters. They're just over it. And it's fucked up because if you think about it, when when everything evolved, it was due to like marriage rights and like say if your spouse passed away, you would be basically screwed of like their pension or taking it's you don't get all their belongings and all that shit like you're supposed to like in a marriage. And so they fixed all that, dude, and then automatically it just snowballed into this other thing. And it's fucked up, and it's just bullshit.
I don't understand why, as a society, we got to give a fuck what our neighbor's doing. You know what I mean? I could give two shits. As long as my neighbor don't light his house on fire and affect mine, I don't give a fuck what he puts his penis in. You know what I mean? That's not my business. Like, people got to stop worrying about other people, stop worrying about what they're doing, focus on their own shit, and just move on with it. And we wouldn't have this issue with worrying about what somebody else is doing.
Well, we've taken on the American way. Like everybody, the American way is to be up in everybody else's business. Look at half. Look at half of what has happened over the past 20 years, 30 years that we're getting involved with that longer than that actually, way longer than that. We get involved with all these other countries. We stick our fucking nose in. We send over our troops. Our troops die. Like. At what point do we just mind our own fucking business?
It's not going to happen because they feel like they're making political moves. The only thing that's evident is the amount of money that's spent on every other country but this one. And you got people here who are fighting each other over race or sexual orientation when we should be fighting against the government. Respectfully,
Look, we got people out here dying over parking spots.
Yeah, no shit.
For real.
No shit.
It's fucking so stupid.
The Walmart right by where I used to live, a girl went in and cashed $162 check and was gunned down in the parking lot for the $159.75 she got. Like, you're that hard up for money.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane. Lobster's in the house. What's up, big homie?
Lobster, we feel like you won that war for us.
But so let me ask you this: what is your drive? What is your motivation to get up and stream every time you go live?
Me?
Yeah.
I make an impact on people's day. Like, I get a lot of DMs, a lot of messages. Like, doing what I do, it's aware that the efforts I put out are appreciated and make a difference in people's lives and push them to be better. So for me at this point, especially since I've kind of been doing content full time the last couple
glad
years,
you could join us today.
It's almost like a dream.
Welcome.
Like I get to wake up and go to the fucking gym every day instead of work, and then come home and fucking swim and have lunch and then hop on and fucking chill with homies and chop it up and play video games if people are around, like edit content, post content, get more interaction that way. And plus a lot of the interaction like I've been getting at the gym, like not only am I doing this online, but like I'm doing this in person. Like I make an impact on people's day every time I step outside the door. You know, I make a new friend every single day in the gym pretty much for the last couple of weeks. You know, and exchange phone numbers or Instagrams or bounce, workouts off each other. Like my circle has grown at least tenfold in the last, I would say 10 months or so, just from putting myself out there in the world. Not all experiences have been good experiences. I've had, some headaches and lost some money in some situations and had a lot of bumps in the road, but it was always pushing me towards something better. I got screwed out of hundreds of dollars from a gym, was forced to go to a different gym, and it ended up being a huge blessing. And I kind of knew it the whole way. I was just stuck like in a limbo for like 2-3 weeks. So it's really how, like 5 years ago, that would have been a horrible situation. But like, as I was going through it this time, I was like, I just want this to be over. Like, I just want this situation with this gym to be over. I want to know if I'm either getting my money or I'm not. And I just want to move on and go to a different gym. And like, it's like, I just wanted to move on and just, it was perfect. Yeah. I've been doing, Logsters. I've been doing, full-time streaming and full-time content for about 3.5, almost 4 years now. So I hit partner on TikTok back in like 2021, 2022, something like that, beginning. And then, the only social media of mine that is not monetized is YouTube, but on every other platform, I get paid for views. I get paid, like I get gifts on the posts and all that shit. So it does, accumulate and add up to something. It's not like,
not getting rich off of it, but it's money at the end of the day.
Well, it's definitely like, I was very blessed in the beginning. When I first started doing this, I was making like a few grand, a month, every month, and doing really well between all, because it's every platform sends me a paycheck. So at the end of the day, like I get something from, every platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And the only thing I'm working on right now is YouTube. So if I could just focus on YouTube and do all of that, then, 10 years down the road doing this, it could just be just sitting there, just income steadily coming in just for living my life, just for being me, working out, cars, I have a drive that not very many people have. And it was produced through a lot of my childhood and emotional situations to where I enjoy really hard situations. I enjoy being pushed to the limit. I enjoy situations that normal people would crumble under because I like the opportunity to fail. Because you consistently have another chance no matter what it is in life. The only time you fail something is when you give up and never go back.
No, you can't have success without failure.
No, exactly. So it's a lot of it. That my drive for a lot of things and content like that. That's what it stems around, is just having an impact on other people's day, because sharing my story. People who come in. I've had somebody pop in my stream the other day, and they just expressed they had a horrible life. And it was really bad, and there was no getting past it. And I just gave them 5 minutes of my story, and they're like, you know what, my life's not that bad. And it's basically it's life's meant to be hard, man. Like anything worth having, like if it's easy, like if anybody can have it, why have it?
Yeah, amen. And the thing is I know you mentioned earlier about anxiety. One of my biggest things is the fact that this day and age, anxiety is the biggest culprit. Okay, that's one of my biggest arguments.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
Because when we were kids, we didn't have this anxiety shit. Not everything was blamed on anxiety.
I got diagnosed with anxiety when I was like 9.
But did you blame your mistakes on it?
No, I blame my dad because it was his fucking fault.
I gotta blame my dad.
it was induced by him, by the way, and my mother. It was how they treated me. But yeah.
But here's let me allow me to elaborate, right? I know somebody who refuses to get a job because if he has to work past 1:30, his anxiety kicks in, and if he doesn't smoke weed, then he's gonna have a panic attack. Okay? I know somebody else, kid's mom, who has social anxiety but fucks everything that walks. Right? I don't know how those two don't coincide. But at the end of the day, everybody turns around and uses this word anxiety, right? Because of my anxiety, I can't do this. Because of my anxiety, I can't do that. When we were kids, there was no such thing as I can't do this. It was, Mom, I broke my leg playing football with the guys. A week and a half later, where are you? Your dumb ass is back out there trying to play football. Right? There was no taking 6 months off.
Certainly glad you could
I got to be
join
out
us
there playing
today.
football. That's what I want to do.
Oh, Benny.
You got people who they sit here, look at these two, sad sacks, and hey, oh yeah, guys, Benism, he's the one that does the I'm not sleeping, but I'm sleeping shit. My point is like I like to use the cry wolf method. I'm sure there are people out there who have anxiety. But I believe a lot of people are faking it.
People like attention. I have a whole conversation about that.
Facts.
All right, I'm done eating for now.
Amen.
No worries.
That's your wife, right?
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate the biddies. Thank you so much.
What I'm going to say to that.
Keep in mind with her, she's a behavior therapist.
What I'm going to say.
I love it.
What I'm going to say to that is, I have conversations a lot of times with people with like Down syndrome and stuff like that, right? Who are gamers, and they feel that because of their Down syndrome, it hinders their ability to make content. I said, no, that just makes you different. Put it to work for you, not against you. The things that
see like special needs or anything like that as like a superpower. It's us that need to kind of broaden our mind and see the world their way. But it's just that's like a big part of our life with what like Chiona does and like the nonprofit I started like I don't know during COVID and all that shit.
Hey,
but it's
back.
just
Certainly
it's
glad
man,
you could join
the
us today.
stuff they can do and remember and photographic memory, whatever it is, like I can't even remember what the fuck I had for lunch some days.
Let me. Do you know Quadimus Prime?
Quadimus Prime, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Quadimus. I just met another guy, Paralyzed Player. These guys to me are fucking model citizens of what it means to overcome your quote unquote setbacks and make them work for you. You know what I mean? These are two guys bound to a wheelchair, quadriplegics, who were pretty much told they couldn't do nothing, and they're fucking out here gaming. And I'm not just talking mediocre gaming. I'm talking like they're competing, right?
I had a training partner for about 1.5 years. He was paralyzed from the waist down. And the dude was, I mean, he was my inspiration. Like, we knew each other for years in the gym, and then like his brother moved away that trained with him. And we got to know each other because I would see him, and if I seen something need to be changed out, I would change out for him. But we ended up training together for about 1.5 years together, just meeting every day at the gym. He drove and all that and would show up, dude. And like, he was my motive. You know, it's like, dude, like, for the longest, I never missed a session with him because, I mean, if he could fucking show up, dude, the fuck's my excuse?
Yeah,
you know. And then work, like my work, like, oh, I'm too tired to work out. This fucking guy has to fucking, you know how much harder it is for him to do 5 sets versus me to do 5 sets. You know, just getting on and off a machine, you know, transferring your body, you know, whatever. And he was to the point where he didn't need that, you know, transfer plate. He was just fucking throwing, you know, he was benching 225 and, you know, he was maybe fucking a little over 100 pounds. Dude was solid, but, you know, he just threw himself around like nothing.
Back. Certainly glad you could join us.
I met a guy. I was 9 years old. I had my own lawn care business at 9. My neighbor was a World War II veteran. And for the first time, I watched a guy with 3 fingers on one hand and a stub on the other drive stick shift over speed limit. I was scared for my motherfucking life. And this man goes, if you can make it back from World War II with 3 fingers.
Well, it was like that guy I was talking about. He was a refugee from Afghanistan and everything over there. That's how he got paralyzed. He got shot, and then when he got shot, they transferred him over here and gave him citizenship. You know, so it was crazy, you know, because, you know, so much went on. You know, we were in our late 20s, but when we were teens, you know, our generations were at war. You know, to think about it. And then, you know, 10 years later, here we are sitting here being friends. You know, he's one of my, you know, I talk to him all the time. I don't work out with him no more, but we talk to each other all the time on Instagram. He was the one that really pushed me towards social media in the beginning because he was doing social media. So he was building up Facebook accounts to like 5,000 and then selling them. And he was just doing that over and over and over and over and over. And he was doing that for people. And because it would just grow so fast. He was just doing like a couple a week and he was making fucking good money, dude, just selling emails of Facebook to people. And then they would have an account with 5,000 followers.
Sounds like a scam.
That's the way all social media works. You haven't noticed that all of a sudden you're following somebody, you had no idea how you started following them, and like all of a sudden you're just following them. Like, yeah, that shit's happening all the time.
I also noticed that I got to refollow Andy and Bubbles every other fucking day on X because the platform is so fucking stupid.
There, fuck up.
Assholes.
So,
but anyway,
yeah, that's my main focus of motivation, is just knowing that like I make a difference. You know, the short form content sucks sometimes because it takes hours to make, and then sometimes it will get thousands of views. Sometimes it will get hundreds of views. Sometimes it will get hundreds of thousands of views. It fucking sucks. You never know what you're gonna get. So it's a lot of work, and that's why I just focus on stories now. I don't really focus on like reels or stuff like that so much. I just focus on getting, because my stories get great interaction. I get great views with that, and that actually brings traction and new people into my streams and things of that nature.
Are we talking like X-rated stories?
No, just like my workouts, you know, just me on the Stairmaster or going to the gym or, you know, little things like that.
I just got sad. I thought you were writing like snuff novels. I was gonna go read one.
If I cut down another 50 pounds or something, you'll be the first one I send my OF link to. Okay.
Oh God, yeah. I'm saying, listen. When you rated, we seen the nipples, and what's fucked up is I had told everybody that you were coming in for the interview and you were bringing the nipples.
I have nipples.
Right? So I went out on a limb for you, and you co-signed it without knowing I needed a signature.
You know what's funny is Chiona was in the kitchen with my daughter, and they both go, "Are they talking about your nipples?"
Talk about whatever I want.
I mean, it's a decent conversation topic.
It's a starter, obviously.
And just I have brown nipples. Okay, just in case anyone's wondering, the brown. Okay.
The chocolate milk comes from fools.
They do. I mean, I'm Portuguese, Spanish, Native American.
Oh, you're Portuguese?
Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah. Why do you think I fucking, as soon as I met you, I was like, this fucking guy's an asshole. I love him.
I'm just light skinned. You know what I mean?
No, you're honest. You just same complexion as me, dude. You just gotta go out in the sun. I swim every day. So like,
well, ever since my heart condition, it's been. So I've been. Right now, my feet and my legs are swollen. There's no blockages. There's no sign of diabetes, nothing like that. And the doctors are like, "Well, we can't figure out why your shit's swollen." And I'm like, "Okay." So they have me going to physical. Huh?
Does it hurt?
Some days it does. Some days
it feel like touch. Does it feel like pressure to walk, or does it feel like pressure on your leg when you're peeing?
No.
No? Okay. Well, because I've had like cellulitis shit, and like my whole fucking leg will swell up. And
put it this way. Right now, when I move my toes, it feels like I have socks on, but I don't. Ew. Yeah, it's fucking weird. But
it's like a circulation thing. If you're getting little fuzzies, man, that's like circulation and like nerve shit.
Well, here's what's fucked up. Back in 2002, 2003, I tore my ACL. Okay. Waited almost 10 years. End of 2011, I went and got surgery done. Okay. I got the surgery done. And after that, I had no feeling from my left knee down to my ankle. I got into an accident at work, flipped off my machine, slammed my left shin off a stump. And just like that, I had feeling in my leg. And that's when the swelling of my leg started.
Okay, so I had my ACL replaced in 2006 because I blew it out completely. And on my right leg, from my kneecap to like halfway down my shin, I can't. It's completely numb, and it's been numb for the last 18 years.
I used to fuck with people and tell people that I'll kick a tree if they give me $10, and then give me $10 and I'd kick the fucking tree.
That's probably why your legs fucked up, man. You still have like shit going on in there that like because you don't feel it doesn't mean that.
It was a quick $10, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit. If you're like paralyzed from the waist down, you don't shoot yourself in the thigh because you can't feel it. Like,
yes, I did. I did do the compression socks. The downside to the compression socks is, so where the leg meets the foot, the front of the foot there, when the compression socks are on, it causes so much pain in that crease that after wearing the socks for maybe 4 or 5 hours, I can't walk.
Have you tried cryotherapy? It's like where you put the frozen pants on and you basically like freeze your legs up and shit.
No. So
I've done that shit out.
I went and I had electroshock therapy done on my nerves. The only nerves that are fucked are in my back. I've done aquatic therapy, and then after the heart condition this year, they had me doing where I'm going, like, got the machine, I'm doing this, and then riding the bike, all that. They had me on water pills, and I mean the water pills would work for like maybe 2 days.
Hey, welcome back.
And then the swelling will come right back, and it would take over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been a constant cycle of try this, try this, try this, try this. And it's like Super Wiki and KO were just up here not too long ago. I could barely stand straight up and down. I struggle to do, general household things. But I do what I got to do. I'm a single father.
Is this a 420 friendly stream?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Saturday night show, we do whatever.
Yeah, we don't.
I figured I'd at least raid over. I didn't want to be streaming while we're doing this, so that way I could focus on 100% of what's going on.
No doubt.
Yeah, it doesn't work if you're streaming though.
It's hard. Because it's so much harder because of the chats and the delays and all that shit. Yeah.
The delay is really
I
bad.
I have multiple cameras, so it would just be like I wouldn't even talk to my chat. I would just tell them to go to your guys'. I'm a dick. I'm mean like that. Like I'm straight up like I'll tell people if I shout somebody out, I'm like, leave my chat, go watch them.
They are long. They go up to the knees.
Holy
I didn't know they made
Sandarella, what is good?
Welcome
Welcome in.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
They want me to do the knee high ones because the swelling goes up my legs. Like I can't even get on my knees to like if I gotta pick something up, right? Or if I'm working on like my computer setup, if I gotta change cords around, I have to lay on my back and try to do it that way because there's so much pain and swelling in my knees that it makes me completely uncomfortable.
Crazy.
So, a long day.
So while you're doing your thing, I got a question for you, bud. So why Warzone? Like you play other games, right?
Yeah, Warzone sucks.
So believe it or not, I actually played competitive Warzone from 2011 to 2013. My team that I played on, we placed 29th in the world for domination and like multiplayer comp. If we would have placed in the top 25, we would have went to a LAN tournament in LA, and who knows what my life would have been if I did that.
Yep.
Right after that, I went into bodybuilding and weight loss because I was.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
When it healed, one of my vertebrae was crooked, so I just started the whole fitness journey. So, in some ways, like I kind of like I may have ended up doing this if I would have placed a little bit better in that tournament. But I enjoy it. But I've played other games, like I played Starfield. There's just if I had more of a community to play community-based games, then I would. Like eventually, like when I get a PC, I want to start doing like marble streams, occasionally. I would like to do a lot of different things. When we move down to SoCal, our house is basically going to be designed around who I am and everything that we do. For instance, how I have like a streaming corner in this living room, we're going to have one in that house as well. But we also have a 5-car garage that we're cutting in half, and we're building a complete gym where we're going to have a Stairmaster in there, a sauna. My Mustang's going to be back in a corner. That's going to be like in the backdrop. And then we're going to have basically, squat rack, bench, and then like a whole boot camp area for Chiona. Because that's what she really enjoys doing is like boot camp workouts.
What year Mustang?
So I have a 99 special edition right now, but I've been a collector of Mustangs my whole life. A lot of what I've had, have been special edition cars, collector cars, things of that nature.
You got to get to Eleanor, man.
That's the last one I haven't had. So there's the Eleanor's on my bucket list, and an 86 Mercury Capri T-Top 5.0. I've owned the 84 Notchback Special Edition with the Fisher Price Chrome Edition. I've had a 93 Cobra, and just basically a lot of Fox bodies, and then the convertible that I have now. I have a lot of bucket list cars other than Ford that I would like that aren't like American Muscle and things of that nature. I really like rally cars, and I'm really in the JDM as well. Like I would really like a Sylvia one day, and maybe like a K20 or B. I want a big beefy engine. But it's so for when we go down the SoCal, my content and things like that are going to change quite a bit, just because I'm gonna have a lot more space and creative PCs and things of that nature, to where when I'm in the house, playing video games, whatever it is, I could be doing that. And then say if I want to go in the garage and set that up, I'm going to set that up to where I could do full workout streams in there. But then we're also building like catios because we have 5 cats. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a couple of faceless pages for the animals that have no association with me. It's just them. and I'm gonna run cameras for the catios and the interaction for all the animals that tie in with streams and live content to where people are just going to tune in to watch my cats and have absolutely no idea that it has anything to do with me. So I have a lot in here that I'm brewing over the next, 3-5 years that we plan on doing that is just going to be, just generating income off of based of what we already have.
So it's safe to say that you're planning for the long haul, not just short term.
Oh yeah. It's going down there, setting up, planning for the rest of our lives to where it's, what we want to do and it's time to enjoy life. We're old.
Now, what would you consider to be your biggest obstacle with building your community here on Twitch?
Or what has been your biggest obstacle thus far as streaming?
God, how do I say this up? You like my biggest obstacle on Twitch? Are you saying?
Yeah.
Just thinking that you have to support everybody and everything to do something on this platform. It's extremely overwhelming. I've had people flash on me for whatever reasons, and for me it's just I just make content and do my thing. This is what I was doing before Twitch. I didn't sign up on Twitch to have to watch people's streams for 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, because that's honestly not who I am. Like, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I run streams. I have tabs going up 24/7 for people. Like, I have a laptop that never turns off to where I constantly have people tabbed up. But at the same, am I sitting there watching them interacting, paying attention? No. But
how many people do you have tabbed up at a time?
Like right now, for instance, I have 3 people.
Do you know that technically by Twitch you're not supporting any of them?
I accumulate channel points.
So. Yeah, you will. But once you open a 3rd tab, your view no longer counts towards any of them.
Didn't they just do that like this last year?
Oh no, we debunked the fuck out of this on this show.
We broke it down a few times.
I mean, we broke it down to the finest numbers. The only platform that works on is Kick.
Oh, Kick is insane, dude. That shit's so inflated. But then, like, the other thing too is, like, I don't know, man. I've helped so many people on here get affiliate, things of that nature, to where it. And then I've had the same people like go right around and start paying for like view bots and shit, And it's like but the biggest thing that I have is just coming across people with integrity, and if you're an asshole, usually like that rubs me the right way, because at least you're fucking honest.
Right.
Like, because there's been a lot of people, dude, to where I have a lot of creative ideas. I've helped a lot of people with content. I've had a lot of successful podcasts, a lot of successful things, to where not only my short form content gone viral, but I've had my content on the news and things of that nature, because it's affected so many people's lives in a positive way. And it's just, I don't know, Twitch and everything. I lost my train of thought, but it's just it's overwhelming with I have friends on here that are creators that I support from the shadows, because the way that my life is right now, I am busy. Like, I am so fucking busy. Like, I like helping people, but like, I had to explain to this kid that I'm helping right now, I really like him, he's excited. But like, I broke it down to him. I said, you got to keep in mind, you're my daughter's age. You're really excited doing this, and you have a good heart, good head on your shoulders. I said, you got to understand, I'm an old fucking man. Like, I understand I come across as a big kid. I said, but when all this turns off, I am an old fucking man. I have my routine. I wake up, I go to the gym. Like, I am such a prisoner of structure that I have to continue my structure in order to feel successful, because it's my days just packed, especially with streaming now. I'm streaming a lot more. I'm basically streaming now from like 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time until about 6, 7 o'clock at night. And then I go to bed at about 9:30, and then I'm up at 5, and I have to find time in between there to edit my workout content and post that on 5 different platforms. And then edit, video game content, which, this shit takes a long time, especially the workout content, because all that goes through my GoPro. So I have to pull all of it from my GoPro, edit it, all of it. It's it's a lot.
I've explained that a lot on this show. What people, so a vast majority of streamers, okay, and I'm going to say a vast majority, are ignorant to what it takes to be successful.
Well, and the big thing is, sorry, there's I just have to clarify, because there's a big difference right now to where I don't think a lot of people see this, is we're getting extremely overwhelmed with, there's a lot of content creators and there's a lot of streamers. And I noticed a lot of the streamers that just stream tend to have conflict with content creators, because content creators, and that's where I screwed up for my first couple years, is I went from being a content creator when I came to this platform to evolving into a streamer and only a streamer, and then putting my content from long form versus doing, short form. That's it. So and then time for family and things of that nature. So it's figuring out a balance that's healthy, because for, a couple years doing this, I struggled with balance. I didn't sleep in the same bed with Giona for like a year, because I was coming to bed like at 6:30 in the morning, and she's getting up at like 7, and I would sleep till basically 1, 2 o'clock, and then I would hop on at 4 and then stream to like 4 o'clock in the morning and shit like that. So it's figuring a healthy balance to where you can accommodate all areas of your life and feel successful and proud of each area, to where you don't feel guilty. And at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to feel guilty about not being in somebody else's thing or whatever it is, because at the end of the day, what you're doing should be your priority. Your content room, your content mega, you guys are amazing supporters, but at the same time, think if you dialed back just a little bit of that support and put that energy into yourself, how much it would benefit you and what you're trying to do for yourself.
Facts.
Well, one thing we have noticed over the last 6 months is, at this point, I strongly believe it's not what you know about making partners, it's who you know.
Oh, 100%.
Who on this platform is willing to hand you partnership when you don't deserve it? And it's been so blatant, so to the point that you sit here and you watch it happen, and it's like, this person came out of fucking nowhere. They're like the Kevin Hart of Twitch, right? They just popped up one day and bam, they're a partner now. And you got people out here that are making genuine, wholesome content. They're editing, they're putting it up on social medias, and they ain't shit. They're nobody. They're getting drowned out by these people that are handing partner to other people that don't deserve it.
Well, because what a lot of people are doing is, they're throwing a quick, 30, 40, maybe $50 out there each stream to pay for view bots, to where if you're doing a Warzone stream or something like that, and you have an extra, say 40 to 60 viewers that you can afford, say whatever type of job you do, you have, income that comes in to where you could just burn an extra, 30, 40 bucks a day, towards, an extra anywhere from 20 viewers to 50 viewers. What that does is, when you're looking and recommend, that's going to put you in the recommended above the people that are sitting at 10, 12, 15, whatever it is. I see, I've had to turn my back on so many people because
welcome back. Certainly
they
glad you
think
could
that you're
join us
ignorant
today.
towards it. And then when they go to raid somebody out, what happens is, when they raid, they'll raid out with their base number, because when they pay for those view bots are linked to that particular channel. So when they raid out, what happens is those view bots don't go with the raid. So I've seen multiple people slip up over the years raiding out, and then they have 60 people in there and they raid out with 5. Like,
Right.
when the fuck, like, when does that, when do you see that happen? You know,
the funniest one is when their chat is only 1 or 2 people talking, but they've got like 1,000 people watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hey, welcome
Yeah,
back.
And it's
I'm
like,
certainly glad you could join us
I
today.
have one guy. We've been following each other for the better part of 3 years, and I've seen this man's content. It's not bad content, okay, not at all. But he doesn't really put in the effort. Okay, let me put it that way. And this guy generally streams 5 to 9, 5 to 10. One day I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I see him skyrocket to 1,100. So I jump in there, and I'm in the shadows. I'm looking, I'm watching, and nobody's talking. It's dead, fucking dead. And I asked him right in his chat. I said, "Yo, are you view botting right now? Like, tell me you're not view botting." And he's like, "No, it's the community of this game is doing an event right now, and they're hosting a channel that's viewing people's streams that are playing the game." So I jump around. I go to a couple pages. I do some research, and it was right. But how are they showing in your channel when they're not in your channel?
You know, I've learned a lot with like communities and networking and shit on here. I've lost more followers. I've lost over 3,000 followers. I only have 1,700 fucking followers. Like, since I've had Twitch, like, so like a lot of the times when I like go and support people now these days, and I'll DM them like, just don't shout me out no more. Don't, like, I don't want, because I found, for me, the type of content creator I am, it's a lot easier for me to build an organic relationship and have that like core memory with that individual of this is how I met this person, versus being told, hey, this person's awesome, go follow them, because they already go in with these expectations. You know, and for me, being a content creator, like, no matter what, I grow. Like, even if I never talked to another streamer on this platform and only streamed, I would still grow. I would still, it would be a slower process, yes, but like, that hasn't stopped me in the past with other goals and other things. And at the end of the day, like, I have it like interaction. As long as I'm talking like 1 or 2 people in my chat and my stream, like, I'm happy, because I've had my chat moving hella fast on TikTok to where it's almost impossible to interact with the original people that were there in the beginning. And then you kind of lose that, like, that special thing you had, you know, and you just become just like all the other streamers.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying earlier, what I was getting to is, you mentioned streamers and content creators.
Yeah.
70% of the people on Twitch are streamers.
Yep.
They don't understand the concept of creating content, posting content, and building your brand outside of Twitch. So they're full on expecting, well, you know what? If I'm in Dad Bod Joey's stream, he's gonna stop by mine. They don't take into consideration, not only are you editing, posting content, you have a family, you have a routine that you do every day for your mental health, right? And so many people are willing to put their own mental health on the back burner to be this guru here on Twitch. The reality of it is if you don't find that equal medium, that balance, success is never going to be an option for you, right? Now, the more that you get your hardcore supporters, the ones that come in every time you're live, like, fuck yeah, Dad Bod Joe, yeah, fuck yeah. Every time you go live, those are the ones that deserve your time and attention. Those are the ones that deserve your support, not the ones that come in once a month, once every 6 months, throw some emotes and leave. They don't give a flying fuck about you.
I mean, so maybe that's where I see differ, because I do have a few individuals, because I've been streaming for, you know, almost 3 years, to where, like, I have one person that I seen the other day that I've only seen 3 times. Now, for instance, what I personally do, because like in automotive, being a consultant, what I would do is when my customer client would come in, I would go through their complete history. Like, as I'm talking to them, I would go through all their history and study everything that we've done to their vehicle, everything that I've done or whatever it is. So that way I could ask them the right questions, have the right conversation topics, all of those things. So I do the same thing with my chat. If somebody comes in and I necessarily don't recognize them, I'll pull up their complete chat log and I'll see what they were going through 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever it is, and I'll check in on them. And I still try to remain appreciative that they're still popping in, because at the end of the day, like, I don't always have some of my favorite people that I have in my life. I only see or talk to every 5 years, and I've known them for over 30 years. But there's been periods of my life where I've seen them and talked to them every day. And when time passes, nothing changes. And that's something that I've always prided myself on and kind of promoted and put out there, to where no matter how long it's been, at the end of the day, I'm still the same person. I'll treat you the same way. Now, if you come in trying to constantly take, and be selfish, then I will be aware of that, and I will output my energy in a particular way. But I do try to acknowledge that from individuals, whether or not they are selfish or selfless, and I treat them accordingly. One thing I also try to focus on being in the mental health corner is not being an enabler. I've noticed with a lot of mental health and topics and streamers of things of that nature, they're not really helping people through their problems. They're distracting their problems. Mm-hmm. And they're just making like a safe space for them to feel better about whatever they're going through, which is good. But the difference between me and them is I will help you learn the tools to get through those situations. And a lot of the times that's not always the stuff people want to hear, because it's the hard work, it's the reflection, it's, okay, what did I actually do wrong in these situations to be in this predicament? So for me, that's how I kind of, because no matter what, everybody that approaches you is going through something. Sure. Mega, you're going through something. Rome, you're going through something. We all have our own battles that we're dealing with. And at the end of the day, we can't project our own struggles onto other people and create that situation, because it's not fair to anybody. And at the end of the day, none of us are growing, and it's not producing, I feel, the content that we all set out to make.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
The biggest thing that kills me is these people who are like, I can't take time away because if I do, I'm going to lose support. And my question is, are you losing support or are you shedding dead weight?
Oh yeah, no, that's why I took 3 months off the beginning of the year, and I focused on the gym. Like I fucking took 3 months off, and I told people, I said, I don't know if I'm ever going to stream again. Like, I made people wonder, and at the same time, I didn't know if I wanted to. I didn't know if it was worth my time.
No, I go back out to you about that too.
Like, I could go back to work and fucking make a lot of fucking money, a lot, and have fun and shoot the shit about cars all day and occasionally tell a customer to fuck off.
I tell people to fuck off all the time on Twitch.
Yeah, but like, that's part of on Twitch, I can, like, I get people all the time like, oh, I followed you on Twitter, follow me back, fuck off. No participation trophies here, buddy.
I love it. I love it.
But if that same individual would have came in and dropped a follow and added to the conversation, I would have immediately followed them back without hesitation, because they would have been adding to what we're doing versus just coming in with expectations.
That word, I love that word. Expectations. That's expectations is, it's one of the most toxic things on social media.
What's that book I just read? I read this book about cheese and mice. I forgot what the hell it's called.
Cheese and mice?
Somebody stole my cheese or some shit like that. But it's just basically having to, like, when something doesn't work no more, you have to go look for something else. Started.
I couldn't hold it no more.
Is it a break time?
Yeah, go ahead, smoke.
This is like the WWE when they didn't have the wrestlers in the stands, and all of a sudden the wrestlers stopped wrestling and just hung out for the commercial break. And then the commercial ended early, and then they're like, oh shit, we got to start fighting again.
I know, broski, great combo.
Wednesday says, I love streamers who think about others' mental health. I also like being able to be like, hey, I don't feel great today. I'm going to just learn. Yeah, I mean,
would you feel comfortable talking about us a few weeks ago or last week, or no?
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, because I feel like that would be like a great thing of transparency of just us as men, just like how we resolved our situation.
I have no qualms at all.
No, neither do I. And I think
because
because that's real Twitch shit.
What it was is it was a series of. I've been going through a lot of shit lately, and sitting here watching the way some of the shit takes place on Twitch.
Is the commercial over? Sorry, I feel like we should wait till the commercial's over to talk about this. We'll wait for Mega.
It's hard to tell with his. I don't run ads in my channel. I don't see the worth in it.
Bro, when I was averaging 10 viewers, I was fucking making like $80 a month in fucking ads.
Not me. I set it up the way Twitch wants it set up, right, for the best profit.
Hey,
Hollywood.
Hey, welcome
and
back.
I average.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
I realistically, I average between 15 and 30 in my streams.
Smart guy.
And I get maybe 80 cents at the end of the month in ad revenue. Fuck that shit. Ad revenue can eat my ass.
Yeah, on other platforms, I don't run ads. Just
after Taco Bell.
I don't. No ads here at Turbo. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but look at it, guys. Understand, Turbo's going up to, what is it, 15?
Yeah, $15.99. It was $11.99.
Turbo's going up to $15.99 because subs are going up to $8. Now you got to ask yourself, at the end of the day, what's more of a benefit to your payout, right, or to your money? Twitch Turbo or donation? Because keep in mind, when you guys drop those subs,
I just buy it all.
Majority of that's going to fucking Twitch. I mean, it's something to think about. But something we want to bring up real quick, guys. So,
are we actually back?
I don't know. Yeah, tell us.
I think we should. I think we should start the story though from when Mega raided me.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
All right.
So, as you guys know, that was here last Saturday. We raided Dad Bod. Yeah. We raided Dad Bod Joey, right? Now, for most of you who know me personally, you guys know I've been going through a lot of shit. And that night, I took my frustration out on Dad Bod Joey. We did the raid. I felt that when the raid landed and he'd seen the raid.
Back.
Yo, Sir Nike, what's good, homie?
Today.
Let's go, Nike.
I felt when he noticed the raid, I felt that he didn't give a fuck about it. And it instantly rubbed me the wrong way. I normally what I do is I check to see if the person has spent any time in my channel. In this instance, I was an asshole. I unfollowed and I kept it moving. And Mega came to me later on in the week and was like, "Hey, I forgot to tell you, Dad Bod Joey's going to be on the podcast." And I'm like, "Oh, awkward." Yeah. Right? So Mega and I talked about it. Mega explained to me some things from Dad Bod Joey's perspective. And it was at that point that I realized that I acted out of character and like a bit of a bitch. Normally I don't apologize for nothing. I do what I do. If you don't like it, fuck you. I sent Dad Bod Joey an apology, explained why I did what I did. And then felt like a bigger asshole when I went to Stream Elements and realized just how much time he has spent in my channel. At the end of the day, I'm going to wrap it up to what I talk about all the time. There's a difference between a complete individual and an incomplete individual. An incomplete person would have never owned up to that, would have never rectified that situation, and would not be sitting here with the gentleman right now. A complete person who accepts responsibility, they own that shit, apologize for what they've done, and they move forward. That's here we are.
His assessment of my reaction to the raid too is not false. I get overwhelmed with things, and I promise myself, like if I'm playing video, like I start my streams with just chatting for a couple hours, and I do just chatting for a couple hours. People want to talk to me, you come to just chatting. And then I play video games for short form content to produce short form content. So I've learned after all these years, I can't balance chat and be good at the game at the same time. So for me, when I'm playing the game, I'm focused on the game, and then I go back to the chat in between the games. So his assessment of my reaction to the raid in the middle of, you know, a match or whatever it is not wrong, because yeah, I was locked in, I was focusing on that, and I was, yeah, thank you for the raid, and I'll give you a shout out right after this game, and I went back to playing the game. You know, but at the same time, like, I've had hundreds of raids. Me personally, I've raided out over 500 times to people. Like, I have them all counted. So for me, I don't, maybe it's because I've done this for so many years to where it's just like even if it's a hundreds, like, I'm just like, ah, fuck yeah, because I'm used to it. It's like, damn, there's gonna be 200 people in here, then in 5 minutes there's gonna be 150, and then in 15 minutes there's gonna be 80. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? So I've learned just normally go about what I do, and don't act different, and just keep the train moving how the train would normally be moving, because I don't want to be any type of way other than who I really am to new people. And the people that it's going to rub the right way, it's going to rub the right way. And the people it's going to rub the wrong way, it's going to rub the wrong way. And at the end of the day, I can't worry about making everybody happy. Now, you know, like with this situation, it was, I found it kind of amusing and ironic how it all happened, because I literally just talked to Mega about setting up the podcast. And then I think like the next morning I woke up and I checked my one of my bots, and I seen Rome unfollowed me. I'm like, I gotta go talk to this guy for, you know, next week or whatever the fuck it is. And I was a little fucking hot and irritated at first, but then once it's not always about what I'm going through or how I'm feeling. You know, once I heard it was for reasons that I've done the same shit to people, I've done the same fucking thing. Like, I'm not innocent to that, but at the same time, like, I personally don't fucking care what people think of me anymore on this platform.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, so for me, like, if somebody wants to unfollow me, you're doing me a fucking favor, because at the end of the day, I'm always moving forward. I'm not moving backwards. So with content, I'm continuously moving forward. I'm not worried about it, whether it's short form, long form. I enjoy it. I enjoy content. I enjoy making a difference in people's lives. Whether it's funny. I posted my fail, you know, PR lifts last week, and that's some of the most interaction I've had with people messaging me saying thank you for posting the fails, because I hardly ever post any fails, because I haven't really failed any lifts this year. Like, I failed 2 lifts this week, you know. So for me, it's one of those things to where I'm always going to be doing something. And if I'm sitting here worrying about somebody that obviously doesn't give 2 shits about me, then what the fuck am I really doing?
So. Which is why I tell people, a lot of people are like, man, I don't worry about the unfollow. It's not a big deal. Well, neither do I. I don't give a fuck about an unfollow. Yeah. But what I do care about is that cap, that 2,000 person cap of people that I can follow.
Yes, I only follow like 1,000 people.
I got caught up 3 years ago in the whole follow for follow bullshit. Okay, getting mixed up with these guys that are like, you see the people that are dropping subs, you should be following them, or you should go follow my mods. And I'm like, I'm going to follow everybody.
Grow parties. We call those on TikTok grow parties.
Yeah. And now what I'm doing is I'm going through, like, even now in the middle of the podcast, I'm clicking people's names on the left side of the screen, and I'm slapping them in stream elements. And if they've never been in my channel after 3 years, deuces. You don't give a fuck about my content. I don't care about yours. And it brings my 2K number down.
Well, I did a huge purge on one of my social medias. I might have even unfollowed all you guys. But it's nothing personal, but it's like on one of my accounts. Okay, so on my main TikTok, I'm only following 368 people. I have 31,600 followers on that account. And what that has done is it's helped a little bit, push a little bit more, because especially what I'm seeing, it helps what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing helps, like, it grabs, like, my content. You always want your content to match what you're watching. You don't ever want the two to never, like, what you're watching on Instagram, your content should be matching it. Like my content on Instagram is mainly fitness stuff. So the stuff that pops up on my Instagram is all fitness related stuff. You know, on my TikToks, all gaming stuff. On one of my TikToks is just basically me and my persona and working out and things that, to where I'm dividing up all my content now to where I could support the people that, you know, are video game related. I could support the people that are working out related, and it's not going to drown out my content. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because before it was just one big mesh of video games, working out, and
cars. Whatever you're into, right? I mean, it's your content at the end of the day, right?
Yeah,
and like your wife had said earlier, you guys changed gym, and you found more like-minded people. What people got to understand is like minds will always gravitate to like minds. You can't force nobody to be in your life, be in your channel that doesn't want to be.
Welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
You got that saying. You can take a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink, right?
Well, I mean, I do a lot of online coaching, so a lot of that, like, I understand that completely. I have one person that, I mean, I've dropped, and then I have one person that's lost 60 pounds in 3 months. You know, so it's you know, so like the coaching aspect, like we haven't even talked about that. I do a lot of coaching, and that's actually what I started doing on Instagram before I even started streaming. Is I promoted fitness on Instagram, and I would have clients, and I would have personal training clients, and I would have online clients to where I would send them routines and diets. And honestly, like, if I could focus on that and get a solid, you know, 6 clients to where it's, you know, anywhere from $300 to $500 a month for nutrition and workout plans, because that's basically the going rate for that these days. Even if I cut it down to, say, $150 to $200 a month, like, it takes no time for me to do that. To build, say, if you needed a workout plan and a diet plan, I would just basically sit with you for 20 minutes, ask you a bunch of questions, and then an hour later, I would have a complete plan for you that I built, like custom made, put it into a computer. It's a custom plan that I give you if you want a grocery list, all of those things, like, that could be included in price that I do for people as well, to where you go to the grocery store and you know everything that you need to buy to eat correctly for the week. Because that's where a lot of people struggle, is they don't know how to shop. You know, they struggle with the shopping aspect of eating healthy. Yeah, exactly. You know, and
what are you doing, baby?
So,
you gotta go to the bathroom?
You know, for me, like, that's what I love to do. If I could do long form content based around just that would be my dream.
That's what's up, man. Like, and honestly, dude, like, when you map things out, you have a goal, you have a direction that you want to move in. It makes things a lot easier. And people, not everybody's going to understand that, you know. And I tell people all the time, especially in my streams, like, I don't know what you as a viewer is going through, and you as a viewer don't know what me as a streamer is going through. So our interaction could make or break either one of us at any point. You know, so when it comes down to it, like, I go into somebody's channel and I let them know, hey, I'm here. Hope everything's going good. I'll be in the shadows if you need me. You know what I mean? Like, I keep it. If I'm not really in the mood to be chatty and just kind of, you know, if I'm doing my shit, I let them know I'm there, but I keep my shit where I need to keep it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my bad mood to rub off on somebody else. You know? But what I was referring to earlier with these people is, as you grow on Twitch, they're expecting you to be supporting them as much as they're supporting you, at quote unquote. And it's like, dude, like, do you understand how much time and energy it goes into editing content? Like, do you understand how much time goes into family time?
I want to watch people's content that makes an impact on my life. You know, I have a few people on here that I watch that, you know, make a huge impact on people's day, you know, through mental health, whatever it is. But at least have some type of entertainment aspect. Like me, I'm a very charismatic person. I'm a very energetic person. I'm a very animated person. I'm very good at storytelling, playing Call of Duty, and creating a storyline with the people I'm playing against, and getting people sucked in to where it's like the last 5 minutes of the game. I'm creating a story, talking with this individual, or if I land in with somebody, I'll just start like I was talking about protein cups in the proxy today playing Call of Duty because the girls were making peanut butter protein cups. And I was talking about how awesome they were with people in there. And it's just little things like that to where I get people coming into my Twitch chat following me from the game because I make them laugh or whatever the hell it is, in the pre-game or just playing the game in general.
So you take their mind off the bullshit that is COD.
Yeah, so for me, like that's why I'm a streamer. That's why I enjoy doing this. That's why, I'm a content creator, and all of those things to where it's like I don't want to sit there and watch somebody to where they have to have a doorbell in their fucking stream because they don't pay attention to chat.
Could you imagine?
Like and at the same time, like I don't want to sit there and talk to somebody while they're playing the game. I want to fucking see them fucking. I don't know. I'm very fortunate to where the kid that lives a town over from me, he's the World Series of Warzone. So like if I want to fucking watch a good player, Shifty lives like fucking like the next city over. He's on my friends list. I've ran with him before. Like so for me, I helped Dane Cook with his onboarding on Twitch. So like
no shit.
I've played games with Rashad Jennings. I've had like very good opportunities on all these platforms and met some pretty amazing people I never thought I would. The guy, it's Iron. He follows me on Instagram and we sit there and bullshit about working out and equipment and things like that. And it's like I've watched It's Iron for 4 years. And then all of a sudden I was talking about working out one day and I dropped him a follow on Instagram and he followed me back. And I was like, dude, I appreciate the follow. He's like, dude, you got good content. Like I've seen all that you've done, man. Keep busting your ass. Like it helps push me do what I'm doing. Cause we basically live the same life. We wake up, except he's extremely successful with it. I'm where I'm at with it. We wake up, we work out every morning, we do our thing, we make our lunch, and then we hop on and we stream and we give people very similar advice and very similar things. So, down the road, I could definitely see myself building a relationship with him and maybe having the opportunity to collaborate and play with him, and having little things like that is a huge door opener for somebody like me. Being able to run games with, say, like an individual like It's Iron possibly one day.
Hey, welcome
and,
back. Certainly glad you could join us
make an
today.
impact on his community. And not necessarily, I would say, like siphon, but that's how people make it. That's all you need is just to be approved by one person.
Yep. Combining
just that one person be like, what, this person's cool. And hundreds and thousands of other people be like, what, this person's cool. So like I've explained that to.
We have a question here for you.
Yeah.
Do you get frustrated or burnt out streaming? If so, what do you do to overcome it?
I quit streaming. I did, I swear. That's what I was talking about. I took the break in January.
There you go, guys. Quit.
Like I quit. But I've done that with like my career too. I was fucking burnt out making other people millions and millions of dollars every fucking year. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. You're not going to appreciate me. I'm going to take the skills I have and apply it to other areas of my life. And it's always paid off. So at the end of the day, like you just have to go at it with a plan.
There's no harm, Bisha, in taking a very big step back and realigning your priorities in a way that are going to work for you and not against you. If you get to that point, if you get to that point where things are so overwhelming that you're just like, you know what, like I can't fucking do this every day anymore, then maybe your next course of action needs to be shift that bitch into neutral.
Welcome back.
Let it coast.
You could join us
get
today.
Your shit in a row, and then shotgun for the finish line. You know what I mean? You can't. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the.
But like Giona says, like I didn't quit, but like mentally, I quit. Like I took that pressure off of me. I wasn't like I'm coming back to it. I didn't have a date. I didn't have any of that. I just told everybody I'm done streaming. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna focus on working out. I'm gonna focus on bodybuilding. I was dealing with really bad depression. I lost a whole community that I built. You know, I lost fucking like 80% of my Twitch revenue in the matter of months based on drama and rumors and
I fucking love rumors.
Controlling my circle around me because I pride myself on integrity and the ideas I'm trademarked. Dad Bod Joey's trademarked. Rev It Up events, that the nonprofit that I started, that we did over 150 events for, you know, children with special, you know, children and adults with special needs. That's trademarked. Word Melody, my podcast, that's trademarked. I own that. I've had people try stealing Word Melody from me because it's a 2-hour show that I have completely scripted out and it runs. If I had 30 viewers, 50 viewers, I could run a 2-hour show that would keep hundreds of people, thousands of people engaged. And I know this because I did it, and I did it on TikTok, and it did very well on TikTok. So it's just one of those things to where it's just, I gave myself 5 years to hit partner over here. And I honestly don't think it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, all it takes is one of my videos to do well on TikTok, you know, or Instagram or whatever it is. And having that viral traction will bring people into your long form platforms because they're going to want to know more about this individual.
Yep.
You know, I've had to dial back from answering people's DMs on Instagram because I noticed when I am in constant reach to people, they don't come in my Twitch. Because why? They could just talk to me in my DMs on, you know, Instagram. So I've learned certain areas of my life and certain individuals, I had to not always be accessible. And that's been hard to learn. And some people have had a hard time with that. But at the same time, you have to value the time that you have and the time that you're given every day.
Approachable and accessible, two completely different spectrums.
You know, and I've explained to multiple people lately in my life, I am very busy, especially since like I'm getting a lot more of my traction back with streaming, and I'm getting a lot of what I lost back a year ago, I'm getting back. So it would be smart for me to continue to ride this wave, and especially with like Black Ops 6 coming out and things of that nature, to where it's going to create opportunities in the gaming everything. So it's just, you know, there's a lot of moving parts to this, you know, all of what I do on these damn platforms.
I hear you. All right, Mega, it's 11:42.
Yeah, man.
What time do you plan on diving into your main course?
Right fucking now, unless you got some more interview questions.
I don't know who this guy is, but I want to follow him because I can relate on some aspects.
Who?
I mean, hit the follow button, check out his content, and see what he's about.
I tell people the best, like I'm Googleable. People can Google me.
Oh, come on. Next thing you got to tell us you're Jesus.
You can see all the different types of, you know, content, and, you know, whether it's car, working out, you know, video games, mental health, me crying.
He said me crying.
I do it all, bro. Dude, my big old fucking burly ass crying on the internet pisses off all the little men.
I couldn't believe, like, when we first met, one of the conversations we had in your stream, and I meant it as a joke, and you're just like, yeah, I've heard that one fucking before, asshole. And I'm like, yeah, he looks like a lot like Jason Momoa. He's like, I hear it all the fucking time. Da, 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 son of a bitch.
Well, that's how I started going viral on TikTok. Is people were like, "Oh, it's if you ordered fucking Jason Momoa from Wish, I showed up." Or I'm like the Temu Jason Momoa now, you know, whatever.
It's tough, man. It's big shoes to fill, you know.
I think I work out so much, dude.
Aquaman 2.5.
Be a stunt
Right?
double or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
Shit, I actually don't think there's that much of a weight difference. He's just like fucking like 8 inches taller than me.
Well,
Really?
he eats babies. So there's
So,
that.
so one of the biggest reasons I wanted to have this sit down with you was to discuss recovery and alcoholism and just how bad it can be for some people, and a lot of people, they don't even realize that they're in it until it's too late. I realized, losing in the midst of practically actually losing my family, that it's like something had to change, that I had to do something to stop. Um, and it came at a fucked up time, because it came right as I was starting to be ready to come back to streaming, because I took like a 2-month break, and I didn't know what I was gonna do when I came back. And I'm like, I just do the same old dumb shit. I'm just gonna sit there and drink on stream and have a good fucking time. Fuck it. What else is there for me to do? Apparently, people like it because they keep coming back. So fuck it, whatever. And then the event happened, and I don't really talk about it. But
Hey, welcome back. Certainly
I got
glad you could
really,
join us
really
today.
bad one night, and things spiraled between me and the wife. It got physical, it got abusive, and I dipped out. And after I dipped out, I ended up um, on the east side of Buffalo, looking for dope. And then I don't even know how it happened. I apparently was renting out my car to get fucking dope. Called the wife, was like, hey, yeah, we need to report my car stolen and you need to come get me. And the next day, they had left, the whole family left except for me, to go down to see my brother and my brother's family for my nephew's birthday. And they were all getting together at Great Wolf Lodge. And I stayed home with no vehicle, no family, and sat there and literally rethought my entire fucking life for about 3 days. Didn't even know what to even say to anybody, didn't talk to nobody, just kind of clammed up to myself and had to figure it all the fuck out. And I knew right then and there that drinking had to stop. It had to go.
How long ago was that?
This was a month and 3 days.
Oh wow. That's wild.
Right. So yeah.
Well,
But I've been through a lot worse, but it's like
yeah.
that losing the wife and the kids, that drew a fucking line with me.
Yeah, no, it's
What's up, Brooklyn? Welcome in.
that I think that's kind of what
back.
really
Certainly glad you could join us
amplified
today.
mine was my divorce, going from being a dad every day to not being a dad every day. It's especially I was like 5150 right before I found out my ex-wife was pregnant. And in a lot of ways, my daughter was like a huge
You're welcome,
purpose
Fiona.
and direction for me for a long time. So when I lost that focus every day, my whole life just consisted of the gym, work, gym, bar, and then home, and then, the gym, and work. And it was just this constant thing for years and years and years and years until I lost more and more parts of me. Whatever. There's boba not right now, babe. And so I had to, for me, like I had to hit bottom and really hit bottom hard for me, I think, to take it serious. Like I got rid of everything and decided like, hey, I'm gonna couch surf for fucking 6 months and sleep in my truck and just save all my money. And then eventually, like all the houses I was staying at, I was partying too much and I was fucking up work. And next thing I know, I lost my job. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm just a DoorDash. And I was making, anywhere from fucking $200 to $500 a day door dashing, depending on how much I was doing.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, this is cool. Like I don't got to deal with, and like I was enjoying that, and then like COVID happened, and then like everybody I was staying with was just a lot of drinking, a lot of drugs, and it was just like I was like, you know what, like, and then Fent started being cut with everything, and when I would drink I would want other things, and that was the only time I had that issue or problem.
Yep.
So
Same.
a lot of my friends that I was partying with were dying, and one of my friends that I was partying with one night, she didn't wake up the next day.
Damn.
And she has a son that's a few years older than my daughter. And I just remember just sitting there looking at her son, and I know what it's like to lose both my parents. So for me, it was just one of those things to where I was like, damn, I don't ever want my daughter to think that, a night of partying is worth more than a lifetime of her. So having that decision in front of me with a lot of close people to me passing away because of, stuff being cut with fentanyl and all that shit, like really was just it wasn't safe no more. So I had to stop drinking, because if I quit drinking, then it eliminated that problem as well. So it was kind of just kill two birds with one stone. And I have an amazing partner, Chiona. She's been my support system since day one, and I have almost 5 years now, and I relapsed like 4 times with her. Bad relapse, like really bad relapse. Like I almost beat up her dad, like blacked out, and I have a lot of PTSD revolving a lot of violence and things of that nature. So I would sometimes would black out, and I would be in a different time, and it would be a bad time, and it wasn't good for anybody. And I've been picked up on the freeway punching the wall for my friends, like got into like just completely gone, dude. And, like I always reverted back to violence when I blacked out. So for me, it was just one of those things to where if I didn't, dude, I was either gonna die or end up in jail. Like, and I already lost everything except me. And at that point, I was already gone. I just was still here physically. So I just started with one day, man. Just one day at a time. And went to a lot of AA meetings and accidentally went to a lot of NA meetings and and learned a lot about myself. I fucking thought I didn't need NA meetings, and then I went to a few and I'm like, fuck, my mom was a drug addict. That's kind of what put her in early grave. So for me, like acknowledging that I have an addictive personality. I am an addict, and that was really hard for me to accept, and for me to like say. Like I still don't like saying that. I feel like I'm a motivational coach. Like I inspire people. I push people every day, and at the same time I'm an addict. Like that's it's the way it is. But so was my mom, so was my dad, so was fucking my grandmas and grandpas on both sides, whether it was pills, alcohol, like there was some form of addiction, food, there was there's not one person in my family that was just healthy and normal. There's always some shit going on, and I think normal is a little bit what I try to aspire to be like every day, with just living a healthy lifestyle, living a life that I would hope my daughter to live one day, of taking care of herself and putting, good food in her body 95% of the time, and all of those things, and having a healthy routine, and, just even being a parent dealing with a teenager, having a normal routine, having healthy habits. I am very different. I am very unique, but I am also very boring. Like to me, I'm boring. Yeah, I live this lifestyle. I do the certain things, but those things make me normal, because when I say not normal, like I lived a life for many years I wasn't proud of. I lived a life I wouldn't share with people. I lived a life I was ashamed of, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I'm referring to as normal. is I lived a life for many years to where there's a part of my life I couldn't tell anybody about, but certain people knew about because they were a part of that life that I lived,
Right.
just like some parts I'm sharing with you guys.
I mean, I don't. When Mega brought this whole discussion up to me, personally, I don't. My views on addiction are not the same.
Lobsters, I ate McDonald's for dinner.
As most other people's views. I come from a family of addicts who they taught me it's a choice. It's a choice that they. I myself have attempted suicide in multiple different forms. Mega knows a lot about my life, a lot about what I've been through. Just about every single person that's ever been in my life has turned their back on me. Everybody who was supposed to be there to comfort me and guide me through life, they destroyed me. Every relationship I've been in, I was lied to, cheated on, betrayed, stabbed in the back, and then made to look like a piece of shit. I attempted to take my life back in 2015. I got hammered drunk.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
It was a toss-up between stabbing myself in the neck and shooting myself. And after a case and a half of beer, I made the decision. And next thing I know, people come in that I didn't invite over. I'm getting a shower, going out to a bar, and it became, I'm going to kill myself street racing. That's what I'm good at, right? I was good at street racing. Then I realized just how good I was at driving while I was drunk. And it became a very scary time in my life because doing a $185 plus in a car, hammered fucking drunk, my reaction time was never what it was supposed to be. But one thing I always took away from that was those were choices that I made. I could have chose to go a different direction. I could have, I could have chose to put myself out there, which is why when Mega started coming to me with the things that Mega was dealing with, I'm like, bro, like, I'm a fucking lifeline, dude. Like, call me, text me, utilize me, as best you can. And there were times where, Crabby, but have a good one. Thank you so much.
Good night, Crabby.
There were times where Mega would call me simply to make sure that I was the furthest thought of his mind. Like, I can tell you, there was one night I had texted Mega. I don't know, we were in somebody's stream, and I had said something to Mega joking in the stream, and Mega had texted me back and was like, "You gonna leave me the fuck alone now?" And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "I'm fucking busy. Like, do you mind?" And I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Obviously, it's not your fucking business. I didn't call you, did I?" And I'm like, "You know what, Meg? I'm a lie because you're going through some shit." I said, "But one of these days, you're gonna push everybody away, and people aren't gonna come back." The next day, I texted him probably about noon, and I was like, "So, is there something you want to talk about?" And he's like, "What's up, man?" And I'm like, "Really? What's up?" I said, "You don't remember the conversation last night, do you?" He said, "I do now." And I've explained to him, fight or flight, man. That's one thing I've spent my whole life doing, fight or flight. Up until now. Every situation that I've ever gotten to in my life, I ran from. Every single situation. I looked for the easiest way out, and that's where I went. So when he was going through his moments of his spirals, I knew what it was. And it's like, it sucks that we're so far apart because at the end of the day, the only thing this big fucking teddy bear needed was a hug and somebody to say, "Hey, man, listen, I got your six, bro. I got you." And I get it. He's got a wife. He's got a family. These are people that can do these things. But when you're going through that downward spiral, family's the last people to come from. Because in the back of your mind, away. Yep, the back of your mind, the first people you're fucking hurting is them. And that's hard enough to deal with. So I'm addicted to adrenaline. I like to slam the accelerator on my car and feel my stomach go upside down. And I'm like, this is great. No, and I probably shouldn't be doing it. But other than that, I can't really say I have an addictive. So when it comes to recovery, fuck, the only thing I haven't recovered from is a hangover. I don't even think that qualifies. But
it's like my addiction right now. It's for like I enjoy cars, and like I remember when I got started doing Mustangs again. I asked Chiona about donuts, taking her for donuts, and doing donuts in the Mustang and shit, and burnouts, and just having fun.
I fucking love burnouts.
Dude, if you ever check out my Instagram, dude, all those events that I did, we did nothing but 2 steps. Like one of my videos, I have like 50 cars just pulling up one after each other, just doing burnouts.
Fuck.
But
give me a second. I got 2 crying dogs here being an asshole.
You're good. Mustangs.
But like, yeah, it's my adrenaline now is just like weightlifting. Like, it's like Monday, I'm doing a 450-pound squat that I failed, last Monday. I hit 360 for 5, no problem. And then I loaded up, 450, and that shit gets me amped, dude. That gets me pumped. And, if I hit it, my fucking adrenaline and endorphins all go through the roof, and I'm fucking happy and I'm proud. And if I don't, then I'm angry and I'm frustrated. But, that anger and frustration still drives my workout to be, difficult. And the same thing with like bench pressing, fuck, dude, I almost dropped 355 pounds on my face the other day.
Damn.
So it's like one of those things where, oh, dude, that would, if I'm doing it wrong, bro, it crushed my head, like, so I enjoy that aspect of like, I push myself, you're like, shit, this could kill me. Like, if I do this wrong, this could fucking kill me. This could really hurt me, so I like being strong enough to get through those moments and push myself. And that I would say is like my healthy addiction and adrenaline thing that I push for right now is that. And fuck, dude, it's a healthy addiction to have, in my opinion, because it's constantly pushing me and building me every week.
Right. So what else has helped along your past 5 years of staying away? Like, do any kind of meditation? Like, what kind of stuff? Like, just sticking to your routine? Is that like it, or is there more to it?
Just removing myself from, like, I moved away from my hometown just because how accessible partying is. For instance, like I went to my daughter's golf game on Wednesday, which is my hometown. Just to drive from the golf course to the freeway is like the bar that I spent all my time at all those years. So I was like, fuck it, let me pop in. I'm gonna see somebody. I go anywhere, dude. I see somebody I know. So I go in there, I see a bunch of people I know. I'm hanging out, dude, for an hour or whatever it is, shooting the shit with people I haven't seen in years, but it's like no time has passed. So it's one of those things to where I had to remove myself from that now, to where if I want to go out there and have a non-alcoholic drink and chill with people, I have to fucking drive 30 minutes away, right, versus 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more difficult. I made it a lot more difficult to be accessible in the beginning. So that I would say is the biggest. And then content, like I really dove into content like hard. Like I really, like, if you see like when I hit partner and my content really started taking off is when I got sober.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
So it's welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
You just got to want it. You got to be tired of living a certain way and being a certain person. It's like my alarm that goes off every single morning for the gym. I have an alarm that goes off every single morning at 5:15 that says you're going to be fat forever.
Damn.
That's the first thing I hear. That shit gets me out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's funny because I heard a lady said that in order for her to quit smoking, right, what she did was she changed all of her alarms, all of her passwords, everything to you need to quit smoking or you don't want a cigarette. And she's like, my whole life revolves around logging into a computer, logging into an email, different alarms going off throughout the day for different meetings and things like that. She's like, and mentally, constantly hearing you don't need a cigarette. You need to quit smoking. You don't need a cigarette. She said, subconsciously, I stopped wanting a cigarette. She said, and I stopped wanting a cigarette because I got sick and fucking tired of everything telling me I'm not allowed to have a cigarette. She's like, but the hardest thing was to give up the routine. Right? So, like, my routine is simple. I wake up in the morning, I take a shit, I smoke a cigarette, I eat breakfast, I smoke a cigarette, I sit down, and I smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. And it's not because I want a cigarette, it's strictly boredom. Right? It's if I got one hand controlling the mouse, this one's like, can I have a job? And I'm like, yeah, hold my cigarette, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, so my biggest thing with quitting smoking is the fact that I don't know what to do with my left hand. I need to have something in my hand. I need to be doing something. And I've tried like the whole changing passwords and all that shit, and I don't know. It's like when I cut back smoking, I gain more weight. And with the back injury and the leg issue, I already gained weight. I don't need to gain more weight. So I keep smoking as much as I do out of fear of gaining weight. So I'm trying to find a way to navigate those issues.
$15 a pack.
I'm lucky. I found cheap ones. Just $6.42 a pack right now.
Like cigarettes haven't been $6 out here since fucking 1999.
Yeah, you're in Cali though, right?
Yeah, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm in between Oakland and San Jose.
Yeah, see, well, Newports here are like 16 and some change a pack.
Yeah, that's what they are here. See, I smoked Camel Crush Silvers, and they were like $14, $13 a pack. And I was starting to smoke like 2 packs a day. And then I moved, and smoking was a lot more difficult. I had to go a lot further. So I was just like, I ended up chain smoking like 3 or 5 cigarettes because like it was so, like I would get as much out of that smoke break as I could.
Yep.
Right.
And the next thing you know, I just smoked, fucking, a quarter of a pack.
Certainly glad you could join us
in one
today.
sitting, and it's just like, fuck, dude, like this isn't this isn't how it's supposed to be. But like I started smoking cigarettes like back when I was like bodybuilding and like doing hella steroids and shit.
See, I started smoking when I was 9 years old. My parents taught me to never quit. Do I disobey my parents or do you know what I mean? Tough decision. That, and I gotta be honest,
it affects my workouts and shit. I've noticed like vaping doesn't really affect my respiratory system. And I know people will be like, oh, bullshit. But I exercise fucking anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day. And I fucking push my lungs to the fucking limit.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And like I'm fine. Like I don't have fucking asthma attacks. I fucking am able to, hit 40 flights on the Stairmaster in 7.5 minutes, being, 275 pounds. Like,
God damn.
I move.
I had 2 to 7 steps and I need an inhaler. I don't even got asthma.
So like I'm a big guy that moves. So for me, like if it really affected my respiratory system or anything like that, then I would probably stop. But same time, like cigarettes, dude, I felt that shit. Like doing cardio, getting on the Stairmaster, I would be dying smoking cigarettes, but getting on the Stairmaster, vaping, I go through one of these, whatever, every like 4 or 5 days. And, I have, nothing.
So it's hard.
Carrot. Yeah. He wants to sit there and fiddle with it. You look at the guy. You think he wants to sit there and fiddle with a fucking baby carrot?
Well, see, here's my thing. Like, I notice, like, when I lay down to go to sleep, like, I'm struggling to breathe more than I was before. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want to quit. I do. It's something that's right there in the forefront of my mind. I want to quit.
But one thing I also recommend all men like
welcome
over
back. Certainly
35
glad
to
you
go
could
get your
join us today.
testosterone levels checked. I am a firm believer, and I predicted this with marijuana too, of how marijuana is recreational and medicinal and all that other shit. But I truly believe that TRT for men in the next 10 years is going to be prescribed as an antidepressant. Because in my opinion,
what's TRT?
Testosterone.
Okay.
Testosterone replacement therapy. It has huge benefits for men's mental health, in so many different aspects of life and society. The way our diets are designed, it's designed to basically deplete and kill our testosterone. And you could see a lot of men based on how, like, you could usually look at a man and see how they're built and figure out whether they have extremely low testosterone levels or not. And having extremely low testosterone levels has really bad side effects with mental health and just a lot of things with men. So that's the first thing when I have somebody and I'm coaching somebody, I tell them to go get a physical, get all their levels checked and get everything figured out. So that way, we can, there's a lot of areas of the body and the brain that are affected based off of chemicals. And if you don't get those chemicals correct, then you're already facing an extremely hard uphill battle. But there's things that we could do as human beings that help with diet, that will boost testosterone levels, that will help us men feel like men every single day. Because a lot of us, but I mean, you as a man, you should want to feel strong. You should want to feel powerful. You should want to feel like you're a protector. And that's just my opinion. And because for me, what has been being a man has been to me, is protecting the people that are around me. And in more cases than not, it's been pushed to some type of physical limit to where I've had to protect somebody.
Or you, Blast, man. Welcome in, bro. Good to see you, Blast.
So, that's
welcome back.
I recommend
you
a lot of
us
people
today.
just get those levels checked and figure out where you're at with everything, just so that way, if you need TRT or anything like that, you can assess those things, and it might change your life in an extremely positive way. Because I mean, you got people out here taking Ozempic and all this other shit to lose weight and all this other shit, but just giving a man what he's supposed to have anyways that he no longer has, because society has designed these diets that basically deplete and kill this system inside of our body, that make us compliant and extremely, it's hard to say, but a lot of men these days in situations, you just push them around, dude. Like, they'll be rude or whatever it is, but when it comes to like somebody, I made a guy apologize to my wife, a few months ago, because he cut her off and he was hella rude to her. He literally like almost hit us, took a parking spot. And I basically explained to him, I said, it'd be a shame one day, because you're in a rush, you don't make it to where you're going because you fucking hurt somebody. And he was rude to me and I went off on him. And I basically explained to him, I said, you're going to apologize right now. You're not walking out of here. And
fuck yeah, murder.
Well, no, but you're not gonna. You can disrespect me, but you're not gonna disrespect my partner, dude. You know what? Like, I don't like, just because the whole world's a piece of shit doesn't mean you have to be. Respect and common courtesy goes a long way in this world, and if you're not going to show it, there's people out there that will change your life in a heartbeat, to where you will second guess how you treat people every second you go forth.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just one of those things of living a particular type of way, being consistent, and being proud of who you are.
Yeah.
We don't need shovels out here. We have sharks.
Over here, we have Lake Erie, or for me, I do. Grim's got, I don't know what the fuck Grim's got in the middle of the woods.
We got Philly.
You see Dexter, right?
Yeah.
He's not that different than Florida.
That show's fucked up, man. What's up, Apocalypse? How we doing? I see you.
So it's just, but yeah. a lot of my motivation too is just, you know, it's like I take Sheila G. There's a lot of things like I do ashwagandha. I take a lot of things that really help, you know, with my performance and maintain.
But like in the room,
like
or like in the gym.
What?
Well, you said performance.
Nor Grim, I tell you.
Come on!
Jesus
We're
Christ.
just three men here talk to a crowd of people. Something to be embarrassed about. Sheesh.
What you know?
I'm not on steroids. I'll just say that.
No, here's my thing, right? So I did the whole thing with like cutting out the sugars.
Yeah.
And I ended up gaining weight. I cut out carbs, right? Increased protein, gained weight. I went to the gym for fucking 6 months. Did a 2.5 hour strict workout and gained weight. So, like, you're talking about it increases your performance in what aspect? Because I'm trying to find something. Like, I picked up creatine.
Okay, so drink creatine every day. Creatine will really help with the oxygen levels and like carrying glycogen and shit into your system. So that way, when your muscles do get fatigued, creatine is what supplies the oxygen and all of that to help replenish your muscles. So that way you get that extra power. So like I drink creatine every day. But back to like the testosterone, get your testosterone levels checked. You know, see where you're at with that. And if your doctor recommends that, because if your testosterone levels are low, they'll just prescribe it to you like fucking anything else. And then like energy levels, recovery, sex drive, a lot of things. There's a lot of things.
Fuck.
But it makes it 1,000. It's like you're 18 all over again.
Yeah, I got to get back there. You know what I mean?
You know, that's the only way to describe it is it's you're just 18 all over again. But for me, like I screwed up for many years because I was on extremely high levels of testosterone and extremely high levels of tren. And that's what I did for like 5 years, you know, and I was drinking and doing all that crazy shit, you know, and that shit basically turned me into a fucking lunatic. But there's healthy ways to where you could do TRT and have healthy, you know, do it the way it's supposed to be done without being abused to where it benefits you in every area of your life that you're lacking. So I personally wish more men, a lot of things would be fixed in society if men just had that confidence back and that energy back.
So can you do me a favor? Can you whisper me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The shit legit thing you're talking about and the other thing. Can you whisper those to me so I don't forget them?
You talking about the ashwagandha and the She Legit, or the ashwagandha, She Legit, and testosterone?
Well, all of it.
All three.
Just
all of it.
I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget.
But then, like the next thing, like I'm diving into a lot is like peptides and understanding peptides. You know, and things of that nature, because peptides are just huge in the fitness community right now, and it's almost just a lot of it's mind blowing. But the thing I've seen with peptides is it's almost like a daily maintenance thing you have to do.
The fuck is peptide? It sounds like a mix between Pepto and laundry.
It's just like it's in my opinion, I think it's a steroid. I personally, the way people are using peptides, they're using peptides as a steroid. But it's just like fat burners. It's all injectable shit. So it's like fat burners, and it just like I got recommended peptides from a police officer. I'll just put it that way.
I mean,
He recommended.
You can't trust him. Who can you?
Yeah, well, I have a lot of different friends in all aspects of life. Yeah, we have like a pre-workout mixture that I do with like aminos, pre-workout, and creatine, and it tastes just like red Kool-Aid. It's hella good.
Ooh, I love red Kool-Aid. That shit is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it tastes like this, like with hella sugar though, but it has no sugar in it.
Wow.
So
it's some kind of sugar supplement.
But you know, I mean, Rome, if you want, dude, like I'm coaching people, dude. I could coach you for like fucking 3 months for free, dude. I don't care.
Honestly, yeah. Like, here's my problem.
But you just gotta fucking do it.
Like, financially, I'm fucked.
Oh wait, are you a dad?
Yeah.
Then it's free. I don't charge parents for
content. I'm actually, I was talking to Meg about this, right? I actually am considering, I haven't come up with the day yet. I really want to start doing a single fathers podcast on what single dads go through, what they struggle with, whether they have their kids, they're not allowed to see their kids, whatever the case may be. I know it's going to piss off a lot of people, but quite frankly, I'm here to piss people off. You know, I don't.
You realize that's probably only gonna get worse when I get here, because like even just how I was referring to like normal. You know, for me, like I've never felt normal, and that goes back to like all the way back to like my parents dying. You know, and I would go and work on these houses when I was 18 years old because I was a plumber and like I did customer service. So I'd go into these houses at 18 to fix a sink, and there would be an 18-year-old in the room fucking playing video games. And I'd be sitting there shooting the shit with the owner, and the owner would, you know, talk to me, whatever it is, get to know me. And they're like, so how old are you? Because I looked young, you know, but I was basically foreman level. They had the collar and own vehicle, credit cards, all that shit. And I was like, well, I've been doing this for a year and a half, you know, parents passed away. And then they'd look over at their kid and just be like, and go start yelling at their kid. And I'm like, dude, like, and then like I knew like, well, my brother's walking home from school and it's an empty house. You know, he's walking into a house that my mom and dad are no longer in. So for me, I never had that sense of I'm normal. You know, so for me, I've always aspired to have a normal family, to have a normal life. So when I say normal, I think it may sometimes get taken out of context because my life has never been normal.
Yeah, I just want to be here for my son, man. You know what I mean? Like, I hate the fact that I can't go outside and throw the ball with him. I hate the fact that the idea of running makes me want a tasty cake and oxygen. Right?
Do you have any like physical limitations or injuries or
so anything? I have a severe back injury, and then I have the heart condition and the swelling in my feet and my legs. Not much.
How's your mobility with like walking? How many steps, if you were to push yourself every day, how many steps do you think you could walk per day?
So when I was doing my last job, I was walking roughly between 13,000 and 25,000 steps per shift.
And how long ago was that?
I got let go in February.
Okay, so that was, so physically your body's already reset activity levels to where if you were to go back to walking that much the first 6 weeks, you would feel like you fucking got hit by a truck every fucking day. So personally, what I would recommend doing for some individual like you, I would recommend walking 5,000 steps per day. And then how much, you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
Last I stepped on a scale was 343 pounds.
Okay. So
it's the worst I've ever been in my life.
I would cut your intake down, and I would only be focusing on your macros to where we would be playing with your protein at first, to where every week it would probably be within like, first I would track your diet. I would have you download an app and you would track your diet for a complete week without changing it, like all the bad habits. And I would see what your caloric intake is and what your macros are and what your habits are. And then from that point, I would do an adjustment of your macros so that way I don't put your body into shock.
Most of what I eat, and once I say the drinking part, I already know where that's going to go. But most of what I eat is eggs, chicken, potatoes, and beef. Well, yeah, some ground beef. I just started kind of dabbling into fish a little bit. And then drink-wise, fucking Turkey Hill lemonade iced tea. And
how many pounds of meat do you eat a day?
Not a lot.
No. Okay. So for like me,
between half a pound and a pound.
Okay, so I eat about 1.5 pounds to almost 2 pounds of meat a day.
See, I can eat 2 pounds of ground beef like it's nothing.
Yeah, well, the problem with ground beef is the fat content. So you're gonna have extremely high fat content. So you're gonna want to focus more on chicken and steaks. Which steaks are, I eat steak every day, but it all fits my macros. And like I also burn anywhere from 1,200 calories every single day to 2,000 calories. Like just this week alone, my workouts, I've worked out for 13 and a half hours. I had 13 sessions and I burned 8,369 calories in 1 week. So,
I'm fucking tired after you said that shit.
But for me, like,
I might need another nap.
But it's one of those things to where I'm melting right now. Like I am losing so much weight so fast. Like I just told someone, I was like, yeah, I'm like 276 right now. And he's like, dude, weren't you just like 300 a couple weeks ago? Or, a couple months, like a month or whatever ago. I was like, yeah, like I'm losing anywhere from like 2.5 to 5 pounds a week. Some weeks.
I wish.
But I'm also like, at the end of my workouts, I have to lay down. Like I have to lay down on like the turf or the mats or whatever it is. I have to go lay down at the end of my workout and like recompose myself to drive home if I'm not with Chiona or whatever it is, because I'm so just like I'm just like my eyes, my brain, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Like I legit, some days I'm like, fuck, am I dying? Like, is today the day? Like, is this happening? And then it passes and I'm like, okay, I'm okay.
According to the doctors, the heart condition is repairable. According to them, with the right amount of cardio and stress to the heart, that 30% that's fucking being stupid it'll recover. But I also need to reduce high levels of stress in my life. And since it's not legal to eliminate things, I'm kind of at a crossroads right now. And I don't have the money to pay an eliminator. You know what I mean? So, Meg, you know what I'm talking
about.
I don't know anything.
I just wish a plane would fly over and have to reduce weight, and there would be an SUV that it landed on. Sunday through Thursday.
For any of this conversation. I will not testify.
I'm not mentioning the make and model.
But yeah, no, seriously, if you want help with that, man, it could just be as simple as just focusing on your steps and tracking your macros. And I have one guy right now, he started out 420 pounds and he's like 370 right now.
Hold on.
360.
Is your wife making a sex joke or
would you be willing to try an under the desk peddler? I mean, I wouldn't say no.
I struggle to take these things serious. Is that an exercise thing or a sex joke?
I don't you could join us today.
Fucking Grim, man. You can't take this motherfucker nowhere.
We have we have one of those desk peddler things.
Listen, I would honestly,
the little,
I would try anything.
Damn you, fucking Rome! I just got all excited. He just gave me blue balls, Rome. I was like, damn. And I'm like, damn, with my daughter here, that's wild.
When she said under the desk, I'm like, wow, this is getting raw. Like, I never. What are you doing? I never thought about it. This is interesting.
But yeah, no. Download. It's an app called MyFitnessPal. And I'll send you my account on Discord and we'll add each other. And I could literally you could go into my diet and see what I'm eating, and I could go into your diet and see what you're eating.
I'm not good with sexual.
But I was just helping my friend learn how to track his macros and become because he would eat like a whole gallon of ice cream. He'd straight up tell me. He's like, bro, I'll sit here and I'll put down a whole bag of fucking Doritos, a whole tub of ice cream, like in a whole sitting. And then he realized, like, holy shit.
Which one? All right, so one's a blue square with a person like.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah, it
like
looks like a Michael Jordan ballerina.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's more PG.
Yeah, it's MyFitnessPal, one word.
Yeah, and then calorie counter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been using that for many, many years. You just type in whatever it is you're eating, and more likely it will be in there. And you just have to check the label to make sure the label matches. And you just put the portions and all that. But like my friend, he's so aware. He's like, I hate that you taught me all this. He's like, because now he's controlling everything he puts in his body. And he's also like, he enjoys working out. He's working out some days like 2 hours a day if he can, 3 hours a day. Like he fucking loves the grind of working out.
Damn.
But like I explained to him, I said, that's the difference between like when I'm in the gym, I get approached every single time I'm in there because I am a really big guy. I am very strong. I am a lot bigger than 90% of what is out there. I may not have the height, but I have the strength and I have the mass. So for me it's priding yourself of being the difference and putting in that work. And people always ask me like how have you gained so much mass or whatever it is, and it's like pain. I enjoy working out because of the pain, and it helps me through what I'm going through. And if you look at me one day and think, damn, that guy is huge, be like, damn, that guy went through a lot, because that's what got me here.
And that's Mega. That's why I brought this up. I have a neighbor, right? Neighbor struggled for the past 7 years with cocaine addiction, to the point where he did an 11-year bid for beating his grandmother and robbing his grandmother to get crack, right?
Wow. Okay.
He now, to curb that addiction, he runs and goes to the gym.
Well, my next step is to start working out. I really want to get to that point, but right now I got to figure out how to fit that into my schedule. And that's my biggest problem right now, is because like I wake up, I get my daughter on the bus. After I get my daughter on the bus, I go right to work, and then I'm at work till 9 o'clock, and sometimes 10 o'clock at night. And then I come home. What do I want to do? Not a fucking thing. I want to sit down. I want to throw some people up on fucking Twitch. Hey, I'm here. Big love. Maybe play a video game. Maybe watch a little bit of TV, and then I go right to bed and do the same fucking thing the next day.
Why in the mornings? Like that's what I always tell people when I help, because I'll help individuals build their schedule, find whether to fit at the beginning of the day, end of your day, whatever it is. And usually what I recommend for individuals in your situation with how busy you are and your fitness level is start with home workouts, start with body workouts, start with yoga, start with really like yoga is amazing. Yoga and walking, if you just focus on those two things to build healthy habits, focusing on waking up, stretching, meditating for a few minutes, and then going for a walk, say around your block or whatever it is. Like, especially if it's freezing, if it's fucking snowing, whatever the fuck it is, dude, bundle up, go fucking freeze your ass off for 30 minutes. Your ass is gonna be wide awake. Go inside, shower, take a nice warm shower, get your kid up, go about your day. Worst case scenario, you lose an hour of sleep, but I guarantee you, starting your day with a little bit of yoga and a brisk walk outside, getting that blood pumping I guarantee when you go to work that day, going to work that day,
Hey,
you'll feel
back.
different that
Certainly
day.
Glad you could join us today.
You're going to feel so much better throughout your day. And I say that as somebody that would go to work hungover, would go to work, from the gym first thing in the morning straight to work, like working in sales. My sales numbers fucking blew up when I included a physical activity and taking care of myself. Because instead of hobbling into work, being awake for 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour or whatever it was, just waking up, like I was in the gym for already 2 hours. I was already, I awake, took a shower, fucking exercised, all that shit, and now I'm at work, dude. I'm already fucking hitting the ground 100 miles an hour.
I like
I'm
that,
a big
Cham.
fucking
I
ray.
like that.
I'm a big ray of fucking sunshine walking in.
Right.
Versus, walking in all groggy. The last thing I did was just take a shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I just fucking got my workout in, took a shit, fucking took a shower, got clean clothes on, and I'm fucking refreshed, got my workout done for the day. I'm ready to fucking get my work done and go home and relax. Like that has been an incredible structure for me when I am working full time.
Well, my plan is, so with the job that I'm going to be starting, I'm going to be working from 2 to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. So my plan is to get up in the morning, get my son off to school, go to the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours, come home, shower, and then get ready for work. And I'm working from home. So it's
nice.
like, I wanna incorporate, but you know what? Here's my problem.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
I get to the gym, and instantly I'm not motivated. Like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to. No, mind you, when I was in the military and I played football in high school, everything was. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
But now it's just like I walk into the gym and I see everything that's there, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude, I'm tired already.
So one thing I do with a lot of people that I'm coaching is I have them add me on Instagram, and a lot of what I learned over the last 13 years have been following particular accounts, and then also getting like my personal training certification back in 2016, studying muscles and how, leverage and how to work out and how to work out correctly. And I'm still learning every single day. And that's the best part about bodybuilding and working out. I was very fortunate the other day. I met this gentleman named Phil. He's 55 years old, built like Brian Shaw, which is a big, strong man. I spent probably an hour with this guy, met him in the gym, just didn't even know him. Just we're working out next to each other. Ended up shooting the shit with him. And he was an older guy. He's like, "You're doing that wrong." And I'm like, "The fuck you talking about?" He goes, "You're doing that wrong." I said, I'm fucking doing laterals, bro. How am I doing laterals wrong?" He's like, "Which head you trying to hit?" I said, "Head." He goes, "Yep, you're doing it wrong." He's like, "Turn your fucking wrist." He's like, you're straight wristing it. I said, "But I'm doing it between the leg. I'm still hitting the middle head." He goes, "Yeah, you are, but turn your wrist. You'll feel it 10 times more." So I fucking turned my wrist, and I was like, holy fuck. I got the pump, I got the burn, and I got all of that. So it's just, I ended up going to the gym a little bit later that day, and he wasn't even supposed to go that day. And he reminded me of my dad. And I actually cried at the end of that workout, and I came home and cried because like I felt protected around this guy. He was teaching me, and he was doing it like an asshole, but in a very nice way. And it resonated with me because it's like when I first met you, Rome, it was like, this guy's a fucking asshole. I like him. He's blunt, he's direct. And it's like, you're a Portuguese. You're loud, you're in people's face. It's like, that's my whole life. That was my childhood. That's like almost all my memories of my family members getting kicked out of weddings and shit.
Yeah.
So for me, it provided, so then like when our stuff happened, I was more like, normally I'd be like, fuck this guy. But like when our stuff happened, I was like, fuck, dude, what did I do to like hurt this guy? Like, cause I could be a prick sometimes. I could be
it was me.
No, I know, but like, that was like my first thought. And then once like I talked to Mega, and I was like, damn, he's just going through a lot of the shit, we all go through as men, and he, if anything, like that, I seen it as an opportunity to be there for somebody that, is going through something that I've been through quite a few times. And, and it's like, look what we're doing now with like fitness.
I'm gonna be 100%. I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you. You know what my problem is? Tell you what my problem is. My problem is I spent 10 years being mentally and verbally abused by my kid's mom. I'm now diagnosed with a heart condition. I got the swelling in my legs. I'm gaining weight. I'm looked at. I'm judged. I'm written off. Nobody gives a fuck about me, right? Yet she's out here losing weight, I got my son coming home complaining about the different guys that she has him around 24/7. And it's like, how can I be force-fed a shit sandwich every day for 10 years? And when I finally get the backbone to get the fuck... I stayed in this relationship for 3 years because I didn't want my son to grow up in two... Like, I grew up in two different homes. I grew up watching my mom and my dad turn us kids against each other. Okay? I didn't want that for my son. So I made a decision to be completely unhappy so that way my son could have both parents. I through the process of me trying to help her get clean from her addiction, I destroyed every aspect of who I was. I destroyed my confidence. I destroyed who I wanted to be. I destroyed everything that I had planned for my life. And 5 years into the relationship, I had my out. We were separated. I had my own place. She came back complaining about her situation, and like a fucking idiot, I dove on the hand grenade and I reassumed the position of the punching bag. Okay? Now, this woman has taken to social media, Mega, you know all of it. This woman has trashed me to the nines. She's even come into this podcast and trashed me to our viewers, right? So my problem is it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how far I push. It doesn't matter. I'm almost 14 grand in the hole with an attorney. Everything that has happened in my life for the last 10 years, it's nothing but fucking negative, 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 negative. And when I sit and look at the other end, the one that was so destructive, so manipulative, and it's still 100% toxic, is making out like a fucking bandit while I'm suffering. I mean, she even told my son, and I quote, "Enjoy the little bit of time you have with your dad, because his heart's going to kill him soon."
I mean, so my ex-wife benefited a lot. My ex-wife was very nice woman, but the last 10 years, I'm still living with the image of who I used to be. As, an alcoholic. I used to be very narcissistic. I'm a recovering narcissist. I tell people that straight up. I had that conversation with my daughter the other day. She was pulling some shit on me. And I explained to her, I said, remember, you're dealing with the fucking original narcissist over here, so chill the fuck out. So at the end of the day, I am fighting to change my image every single day. For instance, I just went to my daughter's golf game last Wednesday. I spent the whole time with her boyfriend who I met and his mom and dad. Well, my ex-wife showed up at the end of, the golf game, and her energy as soon as she seen me just got very like, ugh. And my daughter's boyfriend's mom basically like was like, whoa, what was that about? And I'm like, I used to be a pretty big prick and alcoholic. So her reaction is 100% justified because I did not used to be a good person. So for me, like, I've accepted that. I'm okay with that. And I'm not mad at her for that. And I hope one day she can not look at me that way and not treat me that way. But it's up to me every single day to live a life that to her is, oh shit, Joey's living a normal life. He's not being a fucking crazy, fucking raging, alcoholic. So for me, I know what it's like dealing with an image that hurts you every single day.
Yeah, I talk to Meg about this shit a lot. Like,
my spouse has had to tell my ex-wife, Joey has worked on a lot. Joey has changed a lot because I have. I have almost 5 years alcohol free. all I want for the people that are close, like that in my life. Like, I just want my ex-wife happy with her husband and my daughter and her boyfriend. Like, as long as everybody's happy, like, that's what I told everybody. As long as everybody's happy, I stay in my corner. The second either one of, if my ex-wife all of a sudden needs help, I will be right there. If my daughter needs help one day, I will be right there. But like right now, everybody's happy. I'm happy. Until everybody's not happy, I'm not fucking happy. And I broke it down. And I said, it's very simple. I'm a simple person. Y'all want to stir up shit? I am great at stirring up shit and having a giant fucking problem. But I'd prefer not. We could all just be happy. Because being happy is fun.
Yeah, I want to find myself again, and I want to get my health in order. I want to get back to being able to, take them outside, throw the ball with them, ride bikes with them, and just have a life with my kid outside of the drama 24/7.
When my daughter was 3, I couldn't carry her because my back. Like for me, that was a huge moment. Like not being able to carry my daughter or take care of her. That really fucked me up, like really bad. I was just like, damn, so am I just sitting here waiting to die? And
that's
now,
what I feel like now.
And I fight to live every single day. Like I have people that I admire come up to me in the gym, like respected, like business owners that are invited like on the field at the 49ers game. Like they own multiple dealerships and they're sitting there with the 49ers and shit. And he comes up to me in the gym one day and he goes, not only how do you show up here every day, but how do you show up here every day and work so fucking hard? And I said, because there's been days I woke up to where I never thought I could come in here again. I thought I was done. The doctors told me I was done. Told me I was done when I was 25. I fight it every day. Some days my fucking legs are swollen. Some days my back goes out. Some days my elbows lock. Some days my shoulders hurt. Like, but you know what? Like, I've learned the last, 20 something years being an adult. Shit hurts. Something hurts every fucking day. And when you're young, you know why it hurts. You had an accident, you stubbed your toe, you tripped, you fell, you did something. You're like, that's how I got hurt. But when you're old, you just wake up and get out of bed and you're like, fuck, I'm hurt. How am I hurt? Like, oh my God, I'm broken. So for me, I have good days now. And sometimes like I just had to take 2 weeks off in September from the gym because my leg. Like I could go through all my months because all my workouts are, tracked. And I could show you all my injuries I've had this year. I've had an Achilles injury. My back has gone out twice. I've had cellulitis twice. It's probably been close to almost 6 weeks to 2 months of off time that I've had this whole year of working out due to injuries. Any one of those things was an opportunity to stop working out and to stop this journey. But like sometimes I had to push it another week. I'm like, all right, I'm going back Monday. Oh, fuck. My leg's still fucked up. We'll just give it one more week. And then I give it one more week. And then I go back the next week and I fucking hit it as hard as I could. And I'm good for like 3 months. And then something else breaks. And then I'm down for like a week or two. But like each time something happens, I recover a little bit faster. You know what I mean? It becomes like it's not as bad. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like I told the doctor when they recommended that I don't bodybuild. I was like, I'm in pain no matter what. Like either I'm going to be in pain from working out or I'm going to be pain from sitting on the couch. And eventually all the pain went away. Like I don't have just like pain anymore. Like I did something stupid or slept wrong or tried fucking doing the monkey bars at 300 pounds. Like I'm stupid.
Good.
But like I still want to be able to do the monkey bars again.
Go. You can come in here and take dad bod's spot.
You want her to come sit down? I don't mind.
I would love to hear what she has to say. I really would.
She's my inspiration for a lot of things. Like
love that.
Honestly and truthfully. Like when I met her and I heard her story and I seen like she's such a nice person. She sees the beauty in every single day. She works with children with special needs. She's she's like a guardian angel to this earth, the only way to explain her. And like it made her a better person. Everything she went through, everything I went through, made me treat everybody around me like, especially like when my parents died when I was in my late teens, early 20s. I was like, oh, whatever you're going through is not as bad as what I'm going through. Unless you grew up in foster care. Then if you grew up in foster care, then your life was just a little bit worse than mine.
Yep.
And like that's how I gauged everything. Like, oh, you got a sad story? Let me tell you yours. Now I tell my sad story to kind of help people feel less alone about their sad story. You know what I mean? There's a big difference versus before and now. But she's always had the kindness approach. And then when I met her, I was like, fuck, dude, like that's what really being a good person is. I'm just putting on a shit show for everybody. But like I've learned, like I've tried doing the motivational thing and and in the beginning, like before I met like say like Maddie Pace, like that's the similar content I was doing. And then I learned through the years of doing it and watching Maddie do it, like he lets people down when they're rude. He does it in such a nice way. You can't tell he's being mean.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I go from smiling to like, what the fuck did you just say? You know what I mean? So I go from like, so then I learned like, okay, maybe that isn't my niche. What is my niche? What am I able to provide? My being able to provide is consistency. What I do with my day, how I structure out my day, and man, it's amazing. Instagram, dude, I get dozens of messages every day just from sharing, walking into the gym, little workouts, being on the Stairmaster of, man, just because you did it today, I did it. That's why I try to do it first thing in the morning. Usually I have my workout content out by like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And so that way when people start their day, whether they're at work or whatever it is they're doing, they're like, okay, Joey did this today. I'm going to go fucking do it too. And then when they do it, they hit me up. Hey man, after work, I did it. Or on my lunch break, I did this, or I went for a run or whatever it is. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, that's amazing. Like, cause it's just those. And that's something I never thought, like, I never thought I would have an impact on people with this. Like I started going to the gym, grabbing a pair of 15-pound dumbbells, putting them on my exercise bike, riding the exercise bike, doing laterals, but taking a picture of the dumbbells on the bike and sharing that. And that's what I started. You could go back, 13 years on my Instagram and see exactly what I'm talking about. Because that's what it started. It was just daily check-ins. Like, hey, I went here today and did this. And then I started sharing pictures and the pictures were drastically different. And then people realized like, holy shit, if you just do this every single day, I could change those things about me I necessarily don't care for. And like I explained to work, working out and all of those things, when I do it consistently and all of that, like,
hey, welcome back.
Something I tell myself that gets me in the gym is with every workout, I leave a part of me I never wanted. And I hope maybe that can help you guys too, because both of you are, aiming for working out and there are things both of you would like to work on. And for me, telling myself that all the time with every workout, I leave a part of me I never wanted. You leave a little bit of you that, because you just work on yourself every single day. And every single day you improve. And every single day, it's what's the saying? It's like 100 days in the gym is enough to see a physical difference. If you do it 100 days, you'll see a physical difference. Well, I have like 280, 90 something days in now, or what is it? Hours, babe? It's like 100 hours. Was it? You know what I'm talking about? It was 100 hours. It takes 100 hours of self-work to see a physical transformation in any type of way. To where if you can map that out, and then I looked at all my workouts, like how I told you, like I worked out 13 and a half hours. I could go back all my months and, we could add up how many hours I've worked out in since, January. And those hours will show you the physical difference in the time of just the habit building.
I never knew that about 100 hours. That's
hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us
today.
today.
Welcome, man.
It's on all this stuff. Rome, do you have an Instagram?
Yeah.
me see. I'm gonna add you, but like a lot of what I'm talking about is on my Instagram. But it's just based on just building those habits, and I'll find it on your LinkedIn or something on your Instagram or on your
It's on my
search.
Twitch page.
But yeah, no, like that's, and then I looked it up and it was like I had like 230 something hours in when I posted it, So I was just like, damn, that's cool, because it was 100, basically just saying all you gotta do is 100 hours. I'm like, fuck, I'm already like 200 hours, 200 some hours in. So it's just building up those habits and being consistent with them. Babe, do you want to sit down and talk about stuff? Mega, do you have any questions or anything for you want?
Yeah, I want to hear
Or
what she was talking about with the child's perspective of what
oh, okay,
we
yeah,
we
no,
as
here we'll
dads are
we'll
going
we'll,
through with the kids.
we'll switch spots, and then I'll get on here, and so just give me your headphones. We'll trade. And then obviously, like, I'm not done, but we'll have more questions, I'm assuming, right?
Oh yeah.
I may have to step away at that point to start my stream.
Okay.
But I got bigger guns than he does. And a taco eating.
Jesus, these things are huge.
Hi, welcome back.
Sorry, I am a
Certainly
big
glad you
kid
could
at
join
heart,
us
so.
today.
It should be adjustable. There you go.
There you go.
I use earbuds. I don't.
So do I.
I only like doing it for the podcast. Usually when I'm not in the podcast, I'll have headphones on.
When I'm working with my kids, I do have headphones if my ears are agitated, and so I don't wear my earbuds. But they're totally different, and all my kids say I'm from the space age. Like, oh, thanks, guys, appreciate it.
So the whole you were talking a little bit ago about what. Let me find it. And I really wanted to hear your perspective on you know, um, what you were starting to get at, and that's why I really wanted you to jump on.
Hey, you made me have to put a bra back on. Yeesh, I was already in bed.
I have to wear one too.
Rebuild and find yourself again. Shit, where'd it come from? Okay, so I am a child of what both of you guys are going. I'm I am a child of what both your children are going through. If even you want to hear, yes, I want to. That's why you're here right now. So, what do you
What
suggest?
do you mean?
So, my
Here, let me tag
parents.
this.
So my parents split when I was young, and I saw my mom drag my dad through the mud. I saw how she emptied his bank account, left us. My dad raised us, left us, almost homeless. But then I also have my mom addicted to drugs and all of those things, and watching my dad struggle and have to find himself and regrow of to him how to be a father and a man and a caregiver and not have a partner. And so I've learned a lot from my dad. And it's those little things, like I was saying, like go for a walk with your child before going and putting them on the bus. That's what they're going to remember. I remember my dad made it a point, even if I could walk to school, he still always drove myself and my brother to school because that's when he checked in with us. Like that was our time together because he got home too late. And I I have my own learning disabilities, and I'd have to be up until midnight to do my homework. My dad get home at 9, 10 o'clock at night and stay up with me to help me. Those are the things I remember. Those are the memories he helped put through over remembering my mom screaming at him, like, you're effing this, you're gonna mess up our kids, you're gonna do this, like all of that, that mean stuff. And my dad, he's a workaholic. So having to also work through, when do we find those moments of time together? And that's why it's like those little things as a kid, those are what you remember. That's like, again, some of the sayings that my dad has always said, those are when they stick with me. I remember him driving me to school, or even now as an adult, like my dad and I, we text every morning, good morning with each other. And like, I hope you have a great day. It means the world to me. My dad and I've always been close, but it stunk that we got even closer after my mom passed away.
See, he barely calls me, barely texts me back. And when I call him when he's with her, he barely wants to be on the phone because she's always in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And he spends more time saying, Mom, stop. So it's to the point where when I call him, it's, can I just let you go? I love you. I'll see you Sunday.
So push through. I would say as a kid, I would remember every morning the text message. I'm just saying, good morning. I love you. Have a great day. You know, because like towards the end of my mom, before she passed away, she and I had a better relationship. And I have one video message from her that I still have on my phone. I don't even know if people use the app anymore, but I won't get rid of it. And it's just her saying, like, I love you, babe. I hope you have a great day. Or because I was working, I hope you have a great rest of your work day. That's the only thing I have. You know, and she passed away in 2016, and it took, like, my mom saw us, but my mom always treated me, she always told me, you make a better mother than I do. You take care of your brother. Because she was just so lost with having different men in the house, or drugs, or the revolving door, and letting other people run her life. And so, like what you were talking about your ex, I'm like, huh, that sounds like my mom. Because like, even though my dad raised us, when we went to go visit my mom every other weekend, if she remembered to pick us up, it was like, okay, well, who's going to be over here with us? Like, a 1-bedroom apartment, and my brother and I are sleeping in the living room. I don't know who's going to be walking through the door. I don't know what she's doing in her bedroom. You know, I mean, as I got older and I started recognizing what drugs were and stuff like that. But I mean, I still have amazing memories with my mom. Don't get me wrong. But she, later on in her life, she even said, like, I didn't know how to be a mom. I just wanted to live a life because I didn't get to as a kid. You know, and it was kind of, well, she forced me to take on the mom role with my brother. But it's those little memories that I have of, like, my mom, when she didn't know what she wanted to have for dinner, she would have my brother and I would each write 2 different places or 2 different meals on a piece of paper and put them in a hat, shake the hat, and one person would draw it out, and then that's what we would eat. You know, and like, that's how that was her problem solving in a lot of ways. But
good idea.
but those were the things that I remember, those good moments that overweigh all the drug use and all that. But I also, like, remember my dad saying, like, yeah, your mom's going through all of those things, but this is the woman I fell in love with to have you guys. And would point out those things that I didn't know because I wasn't born. You know, I didn't know why they fell in love. I don't know why they did those things.
Well, see, in my situation, I fell in love with the addict, not the person. I hated the person. That sounds even fucked up to say.
But then this is how you can show your kiddo of, like, yeah, I fell in love with the addiction, but I'm addicted to you as my child. I'm addicted to finding who I am to be here for you. There's a reason why you're in this world. You know, and that's, like, always put it back positively towards, like, your children. Find those moments to spend with them. Like, I grew up, like I was talking about, like, we didn't have money. We didn't have much. Like we had $50 on Sunday. My dad would take my brother and I grocery shopping. We had to learn how to make $50 work for food for the whole week. You know, and that's it wasn't easy, but we did it. But those are like, even though those were really hard times, those were pivotal learning moments for me. And watching my dad struggle, but still teach us values of life and how not to give up. Like, as an adult, like I found out later on, like my dad, he can't drink. He's just like, I went off the deep ends and things like that. And I didn't know those things as a kid. And it's not that he was hiding it. He goes, I just couldn't afford to do it. Don't get me wrong though. My dad is, like I said, a workaholic. He's finally figured out how to retire. But my dad's also a gambler. There were nights, middle rainstorms, we had to go meet up with a bookie at a gas station because he won that Sunday. And like that was the money. Like now as like he's older, he only gambles with extra. But he didn't have that chance. Like that's what he had to do to help us get by after my mom like emptied out the bank account and all of those things. But like those aren't the like that's not what my dad wanted us to see, but he's also like, I'm not going to leave you two kids home in the middle of a thunderstorm. And he goes like, this is reality. This is life, but we're going to make the best of it. You know, and so like every Sunday there was a Welch's Donuts down the street. Every Sunday that my dad had us, we would go to Welch's Donuts. I would get a pink donut, pink frosted donut. My brother would get a chocolate one.
Welcome back. Certainly
We'd each
glad
get
you
a
could
chocolate
join us
milk,
today.
and then my brother and I would split our donuts with my dad, so he had some too. But those are the little memories that he made. And those are the things that I will always remember. That's why, like I tell Joey, who's gonna call him Dad Bod. That's weird for me. Tell Joey, like, you know, just like sit down and like watch a movie, go for a walk, go to Allie's golf game. Like those are the little things that she's gonna remember as an adult, as growing up, and being a young adult. She's there, you know, she's 16. So even though we don't have her all the time, we try and make those little memories. Like with Allie, every time she's here on Saturdays or Sundays, we go to Starbucks. Like that's, and I get that from my dad, you know, like we always have our one thing. And like even now my dad will send us a gift card and be like, okay, go get Starbucks on me. Like, cause he knows that I know what that means.
So
yeah,
was there ever at any point that your mom even that I hate trying to ask this, but it's like did she try to clean up? Like was there ever any
she did.
Okay.
She did.
What was that like?
She ended up admitting herself at one point because she had a lot of what she would call like demons, and that's why she was on a lot of drugs, were to help not fight them but kind of avoid them.
Right.
And when she was clean, like she was great, you know. But I mean, my mom had her own things. Like she was morbidly obese, she had health issues, she had different types of cancer. Like honestly, I think when she had passed away, I knew she was on something again. And when she had passed away, she was actually supposed to be on her way to a doctor's appointment for her foot because she had, you know, the diabetic hole in the bottom of her foot that wasn't healing. So they had found like a skin graft type of program they wanted her to be in, a trial. And she was on her way to the doctor's. Her roommate was taking her, and she ended up saying like, you know, I'm just really tired. I'll just reschedule. And they're like, okay. And they went over to my brother's, at the time, his wife's family's house because her roommate was doing some plumbing stuff for them. And she said, I'm just going to take a nap in the car. Like, tell everyone I say hi. And when her roommate had gone back to the car, gone. Like, she passed away. And they just they wouldn't do an autopsy because she was on so many medications for all her health stuff. They're like, it's going to be so mixed up. We're not going to be able to tell what is what because some medications have steroids, some have this, some have that. But later on, when my dad and I were cleaning out her house, I opened up her purse, and in her purse was 2 tubes of, like, you know, those mini M&Ms, like how they come in the tube. Well, one was full of quarters, and the other one, when I opened it up, was a crack pipe and crack. And I was like, Dad. He took it, he wrapped it up, he threw it out in the big dumpster, and I go, that's probably what took my mom. She just probably in the car, you know, took a bump, whatever, and got her. So, like, I could tell towards the end, like, trying to have conversations with my mom, she'd be like falling asleep on the phone because she lived down in Southern California. We're up here in Northern California, and I'm just like, she just doesn't sound. I remember this sound when I was young, and that's before, like, when I started putting all these pieces together and more so, and I was like, oh, she's using again. Honestly, I think that's what got her in the end. But when she was clean, she was amazing. She wasn't clean, she was amazing too, because she was always like, I'm going to spend money on you. That's how I'm going to make you guys happy. Which in reality, it didn't. But
that sounds familiar, don't it, Mega?
So she was just like, what do you and your brother need? Let's go ahead and go get it. Or here, I got you this. Or, like, even that's one of the ways that I also show my love, which I've learned, like, with Joey. It's like, it's through snacks and treats, because that's how I learned it. And I'm not saying that it was a bad thing, but it's always like, what can I know you would like this, so let me go ahead and get it for you. And sometimes I have to stop myself because we're on, like, this health journey and stuff. So it's like, what else can I do? Like, how else? So it's like, it's a whole learning thing for me too. But I get that for my mom, and I want to keep that going, but not go as far as she did, where it's like she couldn't provide all the love that she wanted because she lost on learning how to. It just became like, here, I got you all these gifts. I only saw you once this month, so I got you something for every day I didn't see you. It's like, no, like, that's not what I wanted. I just a phone call back from you.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
would have done the trick.
Yeah, exactly. It's just those little simple things. So, like, even, like, if you feel like if you're gonna call your son and your ex is just gonna be in the background and be quiet, do this, do that, send that text. Like, you don't have to reply, but just know I love you and I hope you have a great day. Like, even my dad, when I was in college, he was writing me hand letters.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to give you something to find in the mail. But he also knew my favorite chore was going and checking the mail.
Right.
He doesn't know that my favorite chore was checking the mail because I got to get out of the house.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
Hey, Metal. Thank you so much for that, Ray. Big fucking love. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, we've had a long talk, longer than anticipated tonight. But hey, I'm loving this. Like, this is the kind of streams that I love doing the most. Is, you know, maybe we can talk about something that hits somebody else, and, you know, somebody learns from it, or I learn from it, or
certainly glad
whatever
you could
the
join
case
us
is.
today.
I know Grim's got some health tips now. He's gonna go figure out how to help himself better now. So, you know, as long as this is the stuff I love a lot. It's like everybody walks away hopefully learning something and getting something from it.
Amen. Amen. I mean, I can be honest. I can't talk about much of my situation. Stream, but a lot of what you're saying, I can, in my current situation, I can relate to as somebody growing up. Like, I mean, my mom tried to kill me when I was 2 years old. I was told repeatedly, but, like, my dad told me that the reason he named me Justin was because it was just in time to ruin his life. Both my parents told me they wanted to leave me homeless. Like, that was my life growing up. You know what I mean? I tried to run away, but I never knew how, so that didn't work out too good. But yeah, I can relate a lot of what you're saying, and so can my son, unfortunately.
The best thing, like I said, you can do for your children is show them how to find yourself. Show them how you can get through these struggles, because no matter what life brings, no matter what cards you're dealt or anything, there's going to be a point in everybody's life that they have to get through something, and having a role model to show that is a lot easier than having to figure it out all on your own. Like, you may not figure it out the same way as, like, I didn't find it out the same way my dad did or my mom did. I found it out my way, but I had a role model from my dad of what to do, and a role model from my mom of what not to
Hey,
do.
welcome back.
So that's how
Certainly
I
glad
took
you could
that
join
to
us
learn.
today.
I didn't use it as, my mom would, throw frozen grapes at us just to get a laugh and see the welts start to show up. Like, it's like, okay, well, I know not to do that, and I'm not going to throw grapes back at you to get a laugh, but thanks, Mom. But it's just, that's what I learned not to do, and that wasn't a way of showing love. Like, she thought it was playful, even though she got a laugh out of it. And it's like, no, thank you, that's not for me. But I'm not going to use that as, like, that's why I now do it, because I don't do it. But a lot of people will be like, my quote unquote trauma, my issues, that's why I do these things. It's like, well, why don't you do the opposite? Like, let's work through it. I know it's easier said than done.
Make my millennium.
Back to back raids. Hey, Ruling Celery, thank you so much for the raid. Big fucking love. Man, getting all these late raids as we're trying to wrap up ourselves. Damn. Welcome in, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Big love. We
Well,
appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in with the raids. Please refresh. Greatly appreciate it. We're not going to be on here a whole lot longer ourselves. Celery, thank you. Big fucking love, hon.
Hey, welcome back. Certainly glad you could
well,
join
thank
us
you
today.
for letting me take up some of your guys' time. Like I said,
Absolutely.
I know
No,
you.
thank you for that. Just for that little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
when you had said something earlier about, well, start taking a walk in the morning, and I'm like, that's actually a pretty damn good idea.
There
Yeah.
you
Oh
go.
shit.
Yep.
Oh
I mean,
shit. We
that's
can
how I
walk the
learned my
long way around.
ABCs. Yep, exactly. And just have that time with your kids. Ask them
I
how
mean,
their
we
day
can
was.
if you have more stuff that you want to talk about, we could definitely schedule another time to have you on here. And definitely break some more stuff down if that's something.
I mean, if you guys want it, I'll be here. So, but
Right.
let me go ahead and get Dad Bod on so you guys can.
She called him Dad Bod.
I know I
Yeah.
did. It felt so weird. I was like, how does that come out?
The ability of distraction. I'm going to the bathroom right back.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. That was cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate for you having her on here with us, man.
Always, dude. She's helped me a lot, over the years. And I honestly, that's all everything that I am, who I am today, was everything that we kind of envisioned and wanted to work on and become over the last 5 years, that we kind of, envisioned and was really hoping towards, especially with content, with, sharing stories and inspiration and motivation. And it's all just through transparency of realism, of just being real and honest with the things that we've gone through, with being transparent through pain. It's just, really seeing what we all have in common through life and through hardships and helping each other through it. Because at the end of the day, we all go through similar shit. We all just go through it at different
welcome
times.
back. Certainly glad you could join us today.
I don't know what all you said, but amen.
I keep on forgetting. I'm on the West Coast, so it's still hell early for me. It's like 10 o'clock for me.
Yeah, it's like 1:15 here. Grim's about to get going again. I'm about to take my ass to bed.
Yeah, I'm about to go live.
We always ask our guests, do you have anyone on that you would like to have that we rate into? He's like, what?
Rome. I mean, he's about to go live, right? I mean,
Nah. Send it. So we want to. This is like you're our guest. So we want to bless your community.
My friend Sainzo's on. He's been one of my biggest, who I'm like collaborating with right now. He's been he makes making content fun again, and he's somebody I met through like Neo's stream. And he actually followed me for like a year, and I never followed him back. And then one day, when I started streaming again, in the middle of the year, he popped in a first time chat, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, you followed me for like a year and a half, first time chat. And he's like, dude, I see you in Neo's chat all the time, and we've kind of been like best buds on Twitch ever since. But it's SAINZ, or is he not live no more? Did he end his stream?
Has to, because I thought I was following him as well, because I'm pretty sure I caught him in your stream and I followed him, because I don't see him though.
It literally just disappeared, I think. Yeah, he might have just ended. That's funny.
Mega, I'm just gonna shut my camera down in here.
Okay.
Set it up over there.
Sorry. Spider Stang is on. He's super cool. He's probably going to be on for a good portion of the night.
You just say Spider Stang?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
SPYDER STANG 213.
Oh, Stang.
Yeah, he's a Mustang guy.
Stain.
Playing Diablo?
Playing Diablo, yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I had the right person.
You probably seen him in my stream quite a bit. He's usually in there like every single one.
I try, man. I'm there, but like it depends on when I'm there too. Like at night is usually when I'm more active in there. You know how I am.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I'm in there to
yeah.
talk to you. And when you're streaming during the day, I'm like, oh, emotes. Sorry, dude, I'm busy.
Oh, dude, just the fact that the whole goal with social media is just to get people
Certainly
to think
glad
of
you could join us today.
If you can get individuals to think about you throughout the day, that's half the battle. Now, if you get people to pop in and interact with you, that's the blessing right there. But half the battle is just getting people aware that you exist.
For sure, definitely. Grim, did you got any closing statements?
Bro, is he ending his stream too?
And thank you for the podcast tonight. I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks, Bisha. Please stick around for the raid, guys, because we are about to raid out.
I had a lot of fun, dude. I almost felt like there's needs a part 2.
Hey, we're always down.
Well, we are working on almost like a Thanksgiving. I don't know. We haven't come up with the exact time yet, but after Thanksgiving, before Christmas, over those series of podcasts, having people come back who've been on the show, but in more of a grander scale.
Yeah, we'll probably have like 5 to 10. We're thinking like 5 to 6 people at a time. Yeah, and it'll be like more group conversations type shit.
Yeah,
like a round robin type deal. But I mean, if there's a topic, and this goes to everybody in chat too, if there's a topic that you guys are passionate about that you really want to talk about, then by all means let us know, and we'll bring you on the show, and we will hash that out, and we'll discuss that topic. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this, especially when it comes to the Twitch angle, the Twitch aspect. We want to make sure that people out there in the Twitch sphere are in a position to build and grow and flourish their brand the right way. We don't want you. The whole purpose of this is not for you guys to turn around and, speak every single one of mine at Mega Grym or every single one of Dad Bod Joey Street. The purpose of it.
You'll get sick of my shit real fast. I only recommend coming around once in a while. You come around every day, you'll unfollow me in a week.
The purpose of these podcasts is to make sure that we're not just putting out personal information, things that we've been through, and things like that, but also Mega and I, we do our best to stay on top of things that are changing around Twitch to make our jobs easier, our jobs harder. Stupid shit that takes place, the people that we can, look at this fucking idiot, don't do this. But also generally just to give you guys a place where, you guys can talk about topics that you feel passionate about. You feel other people can benefit from hearing your situation.
Hey, welcome back.
Right, and the thing of it is today, Mega and myself have been through a lot of different aspects of life, but have also made a lot of the same choices in life. So we can relate to a lot of different things that are going on. So honestly, Dad Bod Joe, it's been a fucking honor, bro, to have you on here, have your wife come on and speak. Very knowledgeable, man. Very knowledgeable.
Dude, I look forward to. I'm gonna find your Instagram, add you, and see what we could do with the next couple months of the year, dude. If you're willing to get it dialed in, and
I need to. It's not a matter of willing. I need to.
Yeah, so it's just there's nothing to it but to do it, man. An hour a day is like what, fucking 4% of your day, some shit like that. So
yeah, I agree.
Welcome back.
It's a small percentage of your day that has a huge impact on your life, and like that's the crazy part, is it really doesn't take much, So an hour a day, whether it's waking up an hour earlier, and what's an hour of sleep really? You know what I mean?
I only sleep for 3, so I got extra hours.
Yeah, so I mean, just cut out like an hour of one of your naps or something. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna chat. Listen, as I always say, before we do the raid out here, when we close up, stay happy, stay healthy, stay humble, guys. Keep moving forward, keep doing your thing. Don't let nobody tell you guys you don't matter. Each and every single one of you guys matter in your own way. You matter to me. You matter to Mega. We appreciate you guys' love, your support.
Absolutely.
The time that you guys put in at this show, weekend after weekend after weekend, it shows, and it means the world to us. Shoot for the stars. We'll be there to help you guys and watch you guys along the way. And if anybody wants to be on the podcast, please shoot myself, ROA Mr. Grimm, or Mega Mediocre here. Shoot us a message. We will get with you, set up a time and a date. All we ask is be responsible, be honorable, and show up for that time. If you can't show up for that time, let us know ahead of time so we have time to book somebody else, or figure out a way to fuck shit up on our own. With that being said, Mega, it's always a pleasure, brother. I love you, man.
Yeah,
I hate to run out at the end here. I'm still gonna be here for the raid, but I want to get this started. We kind of planned this a week ago, so
right.
I really wasn't thinking about it until this morning when I woke up and was like, "Fuck," you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, so. That's it for me, guys.
So stop planning shit on Saturday nights.
Listen, man. That's normally when I get to take my pants off.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Hey, as always, man, have a great night. Have a great rest of your week, or start of your week, end of your week, whatever it is for you guys. Make sure you guys tell the ones that you guys are close to that you love them, because you never know. You never know. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Dad Bod, thanks a lot for being here, man. I definitely appreciate you coming in on this and just talking with us, man. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it.
I had fun, dude. And everything happens for a reason. Everything. All the bullshit, all the hard times. It all led us to here. Even ours. It all led to here. So appreciate you guys. Have an amazing night, and I look forward to doing some more of this in the future.
Amen.
Good night, chat. Everybody, thank you for your time.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
Start raid.
I might as well just wait till the raid. I'm about to rip this goddamn tooth out of my mouth.